Cloud. Cool. This is Alliance Planning Session, July 1st, 2019. So number one objective is to instill confidence with 100% certainty, knowing that you're going to hit your goals. What was number two that you guys wrote down?
Build excitement.
Build excitement. I want you to leave here super excited about your opportunity here. I want you to leave here super excited about what you can build and what you can create for your push. Because the push is a microcosm of your business, a microcosm of your life. If you can be great, not just at Cutco, but great with your health, great with your relationships, great with your money, great with your time, great with your mental capacity, just great at life, your circle of life, your will. If you could be great for just 2.5 weeks, for 18 days, and then you could sustain it afterwards. See, the push is not about you working really, really hard and then coasting afterwards. It's about leveling up your game and then sustaining it at an easier pace. It's like running a marathon and then the mile feels easy. It's not that you run the marathon and then sit on the couch, eat potato chips and pizza for the next month, because that defeats the point of actually preparing all the preparation of doing the marathon. Maybe, but most people, when they do the marathon, it's like, cool, they want to sustain that, and they'll still run, they just don't do it as intense. That's what we want to do. We want to run a marathon for 2.5 weeks, and then you could sustain it for August and beyond. If you choose to do this beyond the summer, I would encourage you to do so. If you want to do this, for just the summer, it allows you to finish the summer strong. But either way, the push is exciting. I want you to leave here excited about your opportunity of what doors can open up for you. And the last thing, number 3, is I want you to connect with each other as a team. I want you to connect with each other as a team. Connect with each other as a team. Now, I'm super pumped that St. Pete is joining us today. This was pleasant and delightful surprise. And I want you to connect with each other as a team. Let's face it, we're all Bay Area, we're all game changers, and I want us to connect with each other. And I want you to know a little bit more about each other. I want you to be excited to work with each other, because we all, as an alliance, we want to have each other's back. I want someone from, who lives on one part of town and someone on another part of town to connect and learn from each other, support each other, encourage each other. This is going to be exciting for your circle of influence for sure. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a couple exercises today to help you connect with one another, to help you grow as a unit and as a team. That's one of the things that we want to get accomplished today. So I'm really pumped up and excited for y'all to experience this. Of course, we're going to do some role play. Jackson, you can fill up over here, buddy. That's just for Mason. There's a chair over there, one over there, one over here, one over here. Glad you guys can make it. So Ryan, is that right?
Yes.
Cool. So let me write this down. So Ryan, Jackson, Deja, good morning. Welcome. Glad you're here. So we want to connect as a team. So let's recap. What are the 3 objectives of what we're going to accomplish today? For those of you guys that wrote it down, number 1 was what? Instill confidence. I want you to have a high level of certainty leaving here that you can hit whatever goals you set for yourself. Number 2,
Build excitement.
build excitement. Build excitement for your opportunity. I want you to get pumped up about there's more to life than just the push, but the push is a catalyst for your life. And number 3,
Connect as a team.
I want you to connect as a team and act as a team and become one unit. We're going to role play a little bit today. We're going to drill you on your closing, your recommendation approach. We're going to support you, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So we want to get some work done. So let's go and start with this document here. This right here, you can grab one, pass it down that way, and you can grab one, pass it down that way, and I'll take one. Okay, so this right here are what you can expect to experience over the course of working as a game changer on this alliance. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, nice. So there should be just enough. So this is what you can expect to experience. I could pass this to this side, here you go. What I want you to do is I want you to take a moment, maybe 60 seconds, and I want you to go through this list and put a star next to your top 3 to 5, no more than 5, no less than 3, of what you're most excited about learning over the course of this 18-day push. Over the course of the 18-day push. Go ahead and read through these. Take, 30 seconds, and I'll read through them. Take 30 seconds. So what you can expect to experience: how to project confidence, how to connect with another person with nonverbals, how to sell cookware, how to upgrade and upserve, how to have customers do phone time for you. So this is the document, Clay, just so you can see, from North Carolina. It's in that folder that I sent you. So how to have customers do phone time for you. We call that an alley-oop. How to address your deepest fears and release them. That's a real powerful exercise. How to practice stillness of the mind, how to share goals effectively, how to create a sale on every demo by creating a problem effectively, how to sell business gifts, how to make obstacles seem less intimidating, how to reframe a no into a yes, how to express effective gratitude for your teammates and those important in your life. That's a great one for relationship building. How to change your emotional state by acting out different types and control your emotional response, how to leverage your biggest challenge you ever overcame as a gift, how to collaborate as a team and do a group push-up with no feet on the ground. That's always a fun one. How to communicate with your future self as your current self, how to replace the word no with yes, how to burn your, it looks like I said that one twice, I guess. How to burn your fears, how to anchor your meaningful, compelling why, how to add units of product conviction, how to build effective rapport matching and mirroring, how to notice a client's CVI, that's core values index, and tailor your appointment towards what they need. How to sell accessories and flatware, how to understand the law of attraction, how to analyze your business with data. You thought you were signing up to learn how to sell knives. I'm telling you right now, you're part of a Game Changers Alliance. You're going to learn a hell of a lot more. This is life-changing. I don't know about you. I'm about to fucking grind for the next 2.5 weeks. I'm about to work my ass off for the next 2.5 weeks. So you bet your ass, if you're going to work hard, you think you're going to work hard, I'm going to work harder than every single one of you in this room. Why? Because I have a wife. I have a home. I'm a grown-ass man, and this is my livelihood. For some of you, this is just a summer gig. I'm going to work my ass off. You bet your ass I'm going to be the first one here every single day. You bet your ass I'm going to work I'm going to work so hard during the next 2.5 weeks to make sure that you all kick ass. My business is a year-round opportunity. I've been doing this 15 years. I'm not a college kid anymore. Mason could suck at this job, and he'll just go do something else, and he'll be great for the next 10 years of his life. I committed to do this. So you bet your ass I'm going to work hard the next couple of weeks. Because my future branch managers, my next Mason Linkers are in this room. Mason Linker wasn't Mason Linker a year ago. No one knew who the hell he was. No one knew who Mason Linker was. Now he's nationally ranked, all this airplay, all this publicity. No one knew who the freaking kid was. He was just a kid with good hair. That's all he was a year ago. That's all he was a year ago. And now he's, the Mason Linker, nationally ranked branch manager, running a great team, running a great business. Who's this Mason guy? But a year ago, he was just some kid that's showing up at this office, sometimes being late. That's who he was, groomed into a fine young business owner. So you bet your ass I'm going to work hard because I don't know who's my next Mason Linker in this room. So this is what you can expect. These are some of the workshops that we're going to be providing for you over the course of the next 18 days. Some themes. So what I want to do in a moment is, the reason why I just started, we're going to go around the horn, and we're going to give you 15 seconds. 15 seconds. I need someone who could be obnoxious for the moment. Who could be obnoxious? Like, what I mean by that? You got it, Ryan. Awesome. So if you could if you have your timer out, and that way, as soon as it hits 15 seconds, I need you to go, eh. Cool? Can you do that?
I think I can do that.
So that way they hate you and not me. Cool? So 15 seconds. What I want you to do is out of those 3 to 5 that you picked out, I want you to pick your number one. The number one thing out of those 3 to 5 that you're like, man, If I can learn that during this push, if I could get good at that, then that's good. That could be a game changer for me. That would be a game changer for my business and for my life. If I got good at that one thing, I know there's 3 to 5, but if you had to pick one, that would be the biggest game changer for you. And I'd like for you to pick out the one and explain why in under 15 seconds. It's tough. It's tough. Pick out one. Cool. Preston, would you mind starting it up for us?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
So I think my most important one is how to create a sale on every demo. Just because like during the push, like that's only gonna help just making every single sale that you possibly can, instead of getting no sales here and there. So I think that's my number one.
Cool.
Right.
Nice. Get them.
My number one is
And Nairobi, right? Just so
Yeah.
everyone knows who you are.
Nairobi. My number one is practice stillness of the mind. I think something I struggle with is I stress myself out way too much, and that's not helpful on demos or in life as well. So if I can get that down, then I think.
Nice. Thanks, Nairobi. Raph?
Raph, what you just said, but how to build effective rapport / matching and mirroring so I can like connect better with individuals, because that's really why I joined this job, so I can have better communication.
Excellent. John?
How to have customers do phone time for you. So I think that would be a big game changer for me. Just helping out with setting up different appointments or just allowing people to know that I'll be contacting.
Excellent. Cool. Miss Deja?
Okay, mine was also how to practice stillness of the mind, just because I'm a big overthinker and I can stress myself out really easily. So if I can calm the mind, then I think that'd be really changer as well.
Yeah, I agree. Excellent. Miss Sierra?
I'm Sierra. My number one is how to anchor your meaningful compelling why. Overall, just to keep the motivation high and to keep all the efforts high to get to mindful why.
Excellent. Miss Lindsay, and then Jackson, and Tierra.
Hi guys. So my biggest takeaway, or what I want to learn, is how to analyze your business with data. If I can manage my life effectively, I can do business effectively, and just
Yeah, numbers never lie. Emotions do all the time. Excellent. Jackson T, and then Avery.
Mine is how to communicate with your future self and your current self, so I can like plan ahead for the push and just for like after the push what I'm going to do.
I like that. Tierra, Avery.
Mine is to how to replace the word no with yes, because if you can replace the word no with yes, then you can still get a sale on every demo, and that'll affect the rest of your life. You can kind of just get what you want back.
That's such a fun exercise. Did I do that one with you last year? Where you partnered up with a partner, and every time you said no to someone, they had to yell back at you yes. Did I do that with you guys last year? It's hilarious. That is a hilarious one. Do you remember that one? You do remember? It's amazing. It's amazing. So, but I love that one. I'm glad you said that one. Yeah, and that's a fun one you can do with your friends too. But like, you'll have to show up for that alliance meeting. I don't want to spoil it. We'll go Avery, please. Avery, and then Anthony, right? Anthony?
Justin.
Oh, you're Justin. You're Anthony? Oh, you're Anthony. Oh, Jonathan Justin. My apologies. Jonathan Justin. My apologies. Avery, please.
I picked how to create a sale on every demo by creating a problem effectively, because creating a sale would make things a lot easier every single time.
Cool. Excellent. Cool. Mr. Justin.
Yeah, I'm Justin, and mine's how to sell cookware, because I think everybody makes good use of cookware. It's just knowing how to sell it can add a lot of CPO to every sale. So
Cool. Cool. Mr. Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm Jonathan. I put how to notice a client's CVI and tailor your appointment towards what they need. So if the customer feels like you're customizing it for them, they might feel more obliged to like buy something.
Yeah, that's a TLA topic. If you don't know what CVI is, Core Values Index, it's fantastic. You can check it out, tailoredprotocols.com, but we'll do some exercise with that. Cool. Anthony, and then we'll finish up with Ryan.
I did how to replace the word no for yes, because I think that can like really go into more than just sales. Like you can go with getting Rex too. So like all it takes is one extra yes to get another 10 Rex, or make a homemaker instead of a
Nice. Brian, and then we'll finish up with Clay.
Are you gonna do it for yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it for myself. Yeah, so I picked how to upgrade and upserve because I think I'm already doing like an okay job with at least selling like one piece on a demo. But if I can like kind of show them that they need more than one piece, like a whole set, something like that, then I think it'll make it a lot easier.
Excellent. And Clay, from North Carolina.
Got you on the timer.
Well, I mean, I'm in Georgia, but I guess North Carolina
My
was.
bad. Go ahead.
All right. Well, my biggest takeaway is to make obstacles seem less intimidating than they really are. So it can really make my push like the most effective if I'm not really intimidated by any obstacles in my life.
Excellent. Excellent. Cool. So that was good. That was good. Get to know where each of you guys are at. I like that a lot. So what I want to do is I want you to write down hashtag win the moment right here. Hashtag win the moment. And Mason, I'm about to print something. If you don't mind grabbing that off the printer for me. Appreciate it. So hashtag win the moment. This is the theme of this push. The theme of this push is hashtag win the moment. The reason why I really had to dig deep for this. I had a planning session. I had a planning session with myself. And in order to prepare for this, I had to take a few hours to like separate myself from life and just meet all of you where you're at right now. And I had to think about like, where are each of you at this moment? And I was really thinking about my team just because, you know, that's what I prepared for, but I think everyone else could relate to this. Okay. I went through my journals. I went back to the last 3 years, 2016, 2017, 2018 alliances that I've run. I went through the themes of which we've done previous alliances. I thought about where my team is at, what we need. And I came up with this one. Last year was Test Your Power. Mason and Sierra might remember that one. But this year I said win the moment. And the reason why is because I think my people, I think everyone in this room could relate to this, where if you win every individual moment, you will have a great push. And what I mean by that in the moment, if you are aware of what you need in that moment, say you're on the phone call with somebody and you feel that customer's energy, you feel that customer's about to say no. And in that moment, you're aware, you're like, okay, I need to make sure that I make this woman laugh. Like I got to get her out of her head to make her laugh, to make her want to meet me. And even though I'm reading the script, I'm aware, shit, if I don't break her pattern, if I don't get her to laugh, she's going to say no. And the moment you feel it, the moment you sense it, is where you say, I got to win this moment and muster up enough courage to be funny. Because oftentimes we're aware of what we need to do, but we still don't do it. Because we're like, maybe the next moment, maybe the next moment. For example, I need to work on my attack list. I need to look up these names and numbers. I want to look up these names and numbers, but gosh, I have so many other things on my mind right now. I'm so scatterbrained. So it's like, how can I win this moment? Muster up enough courage to say no to all those other distractions and say yes to the one priority that you have in front of you. It's all about winning the moment. It's all about mustering enough courage to be funny when you don't feel like being funny. Being courageous and brave when you are nervous to call that one person. Being courageous and brave to ask for the sale that 7th time after they said no 6. Mustering up enough courage to ask for recommendations after they said no 3 times. Mustering enough patience when the customer is taking their sweet time and you know you're running 10 minutes late for your next appointment. And winning that moment of what's in front of you at that moment in time. Like essentially keeping your head where your feet are. Making the 115th phone call with the same amount of energy that you made number 2 with. In that moment when you have awareness saying, damn, I'm feeling tired at 7:30 in the morning. I'm feeling tired. And you have awareness in saying, I'm going to muster up enough energy and win this moment right now and not worry about how tired I'm going to feel at 6 p.m. tonight. Because oftentimes we convince ourselves we're tired right now because of what we have to do in 5 hours from now. You ever go to sleep, you're like, shit, I got to wake up soon. I'm already tired for tomorrow. And you're already thinking about future moments and how you're going to feel in the future, even though it's right now. If you win the moment, keeping your head where your feet are and just say, you know what? I'm going to go to sleep right now and I'm going to wake up energized because I'm choosing to do so. And I'm going to own my moments. I'm going to own every single moment. If you could win those moments, you will win this push. You think about some celebrities who win moments. You think about Michael Jordan, okay? I'm a big basketball fan. I remember Michael Jordan, such a small part of his career was when he had the flu. He had 103 fever. Some of you guys basketball fans might remember this. I know Jackson might. He had over 103 fever, flu, and dropped 40 points because his team was in the playoffs. Small moment in his career, but he won that moment. You know, I think about Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods when he had to change his golf swing. He had to change. Can you imagine that? Doing something your whole life and then saying, "Shit, I got to change up how I do this." And then his results went downhill, and all the critics are like, "You suck. He's a has-been. He's washed up. He's no good anymore." And all he was doing was mastering his craft, getting better, and then boom, just won this championship because he would win all the little moments and not listen to the critics. I think about how can you win each moment. There's a great book on that bookshelf by Hal Elrod. He left a conference. He said, "I'm going to sell 20 grand for the next push." Sold his 20 grand, leaving the conference with a trophy in his back seat, and was hit head on by a drunk driver and was pronounced dead in a fatal car crash. And he was dead for over 6 minutes. And then he got to the hospital, woke up, and they said, "You'll never walk again." 6 weeks later, walked out of the hospital. Talk about winning moments. And that year went on to sell 200 grand that year. Most of it without a car. Talk about winning moments. It's the individual moments that we have to win if we want to win the ultimate push. So in order to do that, do you have those handouts? Oh, they're on the printer if you don't mind. Yeah, I appreciate it. So I want you to win every moment. So I have a handout for you that we're going to go through. It's called Play Like a Champion. Okay? And I want you to play and think like a push champion. So if you want to pull that up, play and think like a push champion. It's in the room you were in, but behind the little closet.
To the left.
That's a good question. That's a valid question. It's a valid question. By the way, any light bulbs on that? I'm curious if any of that lands with you. Any of that land? If so, maybe one of you. Did that land with you? The win the moment concept. Who could give me an example? Who could give me why it landed with you? Perfect.
I think so many people like try to like plan ahead and stuff, and sometimes it goes like too far ahead, and they forget like what's going on now. And so like I know everyone has like a lot of different things going on, but if you like focus on what's now and not what's coming, like it's just gonna be better for you.
Because we get so fearful. Oh my God, what if you're ahead of pace? It's like, what if I lose this? What if I lose momentum? If you're behind pace, it's like, shit. What if I don't catch up? Versus like, hey, I have a customer in 3 minutes. Let me just get in the zone right now for this one customer right now. Hey, I'm at a phone jam. Shit, the last 100 people didn't pick up the phone. What did the 101st person say? Right? Like, win that moment, that mental game every single time. Our push goal as a team, and you can pass those out for me, Mason, is $200,000. That is our push goal, is $200,000 for our office in Tampa. I'm not sure what St. Pete's number is, but I think y'all have the potential to rival us. I mean, you have some talent. I mean, my goodness, pound for pound, with you all plus Noah, man, and Mason selling, like you guys could do some damage. I think you could outperform Tampa potentially. I mean, you have a good crew. Now we have a little bit more depth, but I think quality pound for pound. I think you have more new people that are over 10K. I know you have more new people over 10K. You have you got some really good things happening. So I'm not saying go for this, but I'm saying I think you can rival us for sure. But Tampa, our mission is $200,000. Last year we did 170. 2 years ago we did 240. I believe we could do $200,000. I broke it down. If you guys are interested, right now our average order is $375. It's actually $414 as an office, but I'm using $375 just to err on a little bit of a side of caution. So $375 average order, and at a 65% closing. Now this is where we could use some work. I feel like our closing percentage is a little low, but I think that's what the push is for. That means on average we average $240 per demo. So for every completed demo, we sell about $240 on average, according to the data that I looked at for our sales so far. So for every demo that gets completed, we're at about $240 a demo. So what does that mean? Take $200,000 divided by $240 a demo. That means we need 833 demos to get completed. And Mason, you can do this with your crew if you want. But this is how many demos we need to get completed over the next 18 days. So the next 18 days. So I want to figure out, how do we win each day? Well, on Sundays, we have all-day call days. So Sunday, all-day call day, we're going to be here all day. So the only people doing demos might be some new reps or reps that aren't doing all-day call days. So out of my team, we might only do 15 demos on Sunday. On team meeting days, I'll just put team meeting days, because we have Wednesday, Thursdays, depending on the week. We'll probably do 30 on team meeting days. So there's 3 Sundays and 3 Thursdays. So times 3 times 3. So this right here gives us a grand total of 90 and 45. That's 135 out of those 833. So out of the 833, 135 are going to come from these days, which leaves us a total of 698. 698 left. 698 divided by the remaining 12 days. That means every day outside of Sunday and every day outside of a team meeting day, we need 58 demos per day as a team. So what am I focusing on? Every single day that I wake up, I want to make sure that my team has 58 demos for days that are not Sunday or days that are not team meeting days. That's my push. So how do I win every moment as a district manager or a branch manager? Is every day I wake up, my job is to make sure 58 demos for today, tomorrow, and the next day. And that's all that matters. That's the only thing that matters. And as long as I win that moment, I know we'll win the push. Does everyone see how that works? So you want to think about, what is it for you? What is the numbers for you? And that's what I would like to encourage you to get down today. What are those numbers? In fact, this is a perfect transition into that. I'm going to jump around. I was going to do something different, but why don't we do that? Why don't we figure out what that number is for you? Everybody know what your number is as far as your demos for the push? If you don't, let's figure it out. Does anybody not have their push calendar, the monthly calendar? I only printed out 5, so I didn't know. Hopefully you guys had some. Mason, if you don't mind, you could facilitate that right in front of you, the corner of the desk. I only have 5. So raise your hand if you don't have one with you. Raise your hand if you don't. I can print out more if I absolutely need to. So we got, well, it's 3 pages. It's a 3-page calendar. So raise your hand so Mason knows. Jackson, then there's 2 over here. Perfect. So I printed out enough. All of you got one at some point. It's just a matter of if you brought it with you today. And then Clay, of course, you have that. It's a 3-pager. I think, is that it? Everyone else? That's yours. Cool. Do you need it? T? Cool. So what I want you to do is I want you to go through, and Mason, I could use your help facilitating this, especially for your people. You know, there's going to be different types of days. There's going to be three different types of days, okay? There's going to be something called a blitz day. And I was thinking a photographer. Someone on my team that could take pictures of it. Do you mind? Can you take a picture of the board every time and then post it in our chat so Jeff can see what we're talking about here? So one of the things that we're going to go through is there's going to be 3 different types of days. There's going to be a blitz day, a buffer day, and a non-blitz day, okay? So you got it?
Yeah.
Cool. So a blitz day, a buffer day, and a non-blitz day. So what I just put on the board is what were Sunday and team meeting days. Those are called buffer days. Buffer days are where we work on the business, okay? So on a buffer day where you work on the business, you might do anywhere between 0 to 3 demos in that day on a buffer day, okay? Then you have a blitz day. Ryan, what's the most demos you've done in one day?
5, I think.
5, that's a blitz day, right? That's a blitz day. Mason, what's the most appointments you've done in one day?
7 or 8.
7 or 8. That's a blitz day. A blitz day is anywhere between 4 to 8 in one day. The biggest day that I had 12 set up in the day, and I completed 8. That was my largest day that I had for a push. I had a 5K day that day. So don't be like, dang, you did 12. Well, there's a strategy behind that, by the way. That 5K day took about 4 weeks of planning. So there was one neighborhood in Wesley Chapel called Saddlewood, and it's not Saddlebrook, it's Saddlewood. It's a small little neighborhood with upper middle class family, not gated community by any means, but it's a nice neighborhood, like HM3 Mac customers galore, perfect prime time prospects for homemakers, signatures, or ultimates. So I had like 1 or 2 leads in that neighborhood. So the whole month of December, I asked every single appointment, who do you know that lives in Saddlewood? I did those couple appointments in Saddlewood. Who else do you know lives in Saddlewood? And I had 40 people in that one neighborhood. So through the month of December, I got 40 leads in that one neighborhood. And then I called every one of those 40 Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. 5 days. I called every one of them, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. And I booked up 12 in that one day, which was a Wednesday. Completed 8 of them and had a 5K day. But it's very strategic, But that was a blitz day. That was a blitz day for me. So something that you guys can think about as you're planning your blitz days of what that might look like. You might have a neighborhood blitz day. That's how you get so many appointments in one day. You know, if like you have, like for us, maybe it's Colbreth Isles, you know, you Hunter Green, you know, you just ask every appointment you do, hey, who lives there? Who lives there? Who lives there? And just load it up and do 4 to 8 demos in one neighborhood. Who do you know lives in Bel Air? Who do you know that lives in, you know, South Tampa? You know, what are Cheval, right? You know, Avila. You know, you get all these different areas and you just pack them in there in one day. It's like, I'm actually going to be in Cheval on that day. Do you know Miss Jackie? Yeah, I'm going to actually see Miss Jackie. Yeah. Even if they're not recommended, even if they don't know each other, they might know each other. But, all right, yeah, just come over my house from that house. And I would just book up a freaking blitz day. If you're doing a virtual demo blitz day, I mean, time zones are on your side, man. You could probably do 12. Probably do 12 demos in one day, depending on time zones that you could get. Those are blitz days. During the entire push, I would say you do 5 blitz days. That's it. You pick out 5 days. I like Tuesdays and I like Saturdays. The reason why I like Tuesdays and Saturdays is because you have enough phone time to lead up to that blitz day. So on a Tuesday, you have a Saturday, Sunday, Monday phoning to book up that Tuesday, and I like Saturday because you have a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday phoning to book up that Saturday. That's why I like those days. You pick 5 of those blitz days on your calendar, and you want to label those. Label those as blitz days. Take a moment, figure out what are your 5 blitz days. Your buffer days are pretty much already set for you. Those are your Sundays and your team meeting days. There's already 5 of those. There's 2 all-day call days. And then there's 2 team meeting days or 3 team meeting days. I haven't decided yet. I'm not sure what Mason's going to do, but I think that last team meeting before we go to the conference, I'm going to do in the morning instead of the night. Andrew Evans gave me that best practice. And that way the whole team comes in the morning and then everyone, because we got to catch a bus at like 1 in the morning to go up. So that way, instead of doing a team meeting that night, we just do it in the morning and then we just ride. We sleep on the bus. We wake up in Atlanta. It's going to be fun. I haven't decided yet, but as soon as we finalize that, I'll be sure to let all of you know what we're going to do. So you pick out your 5 blitz days and you have your 5 buffer days. The buffer days are already decided for you. Those are your team meeting days and your phone jams, your all-day call days. And this is where you might be able to support and like make sure that they know what they're doing. So I like this. So you circle your blitz days. You can write blitz on those days, right? Now, some of them are already labeled for you, which is totally cool. Just make sure you label it because some of you have like orientation. Like I know Clay has an orientation during his push. So like it's your push. So you might have some obligations during those blitz days and such. Then there's a non-blitz day. What's a non-blitz day? What's an average day of work? What's an average day of work between the hours of 10 and 6? What's an average amount of appointments you could do during a non-blitz day? That's like a 2 to 4, 3 to 5, something like that. So this would be like a 3. This would be like a 3 to 4 type of day. You know, something like that. That's the rest of them, however many that is. So it's 18 days, an 18-day push. So this would be 8 days. Those non-blitz days, those are the days that you update your spreadsheets. Those are the days that you practice and role play your skill set around your demos. Those are the days you might watch some videos. Buffer days are where you are spending the whole day making phone calls, or the whole day, or you're updating your attack list and you're role playing your skill set, but it's mostly all day call days or those buffer days. But those buffer days fuel your blitz days, and those non-blitz days are just in between. That's how you set up your push. That's your strategy. Questions on this? Let me open it up. I know I'm kind of intense, and sometimes people don't want to ask questions, so let me breathe and drink water for a moment. So your goal is to map out when you're doing what, and then we'll count up how many appointments that ends up being for you. Questions or comments? Questions or comments on this strategy? Cool. In a moment, I'm going to get each of you to tell me your numbers. I'm going to write them on the board. What I want is I want to know how many demos that adds up to be for your push, right? And how much Cutco you're going to sell as your goal for those. And most of you already have this. Those of you that already have this, what you want to do, the next step to this is taking your weekly schedules. If you want to grab them, they're in our front stackables. I don't even know. Good luck finding them. They're somewhere in the stackables. Front room on the left side.
You guys want a planner?
Does anyone, so that's a good question. Who does not have a planner with them right now? Who does not have a planner with them right now? Raise your hand up high. Up high.
Okay, empty one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 sheets. So they need 3. So 15 sheets. Yeah. So an actual planner, like a monthly, weekly calendar. You have it with you right now?
Yeah.
Cool. So go ahead and take out your planners. So now that we have this mapped out, you want to take out your planners and you want to take out your weekly schedule. And in your weekly schedule, you want to put your dollar signs an hour and 45 minutes apart. And I always get the looks like, Mike, what? My demo takes way longer than that. Or Mike, what? My demo takes way shorter than that. I don't care. The hour and 45 mark, it takes into consideration cancellations. If you do them 2.5 hours apart and you have a cancellation, you're losing a lot of time of your push. If you do them 90 minutes apart, you might be a little. I like 90 minutes apart. I just like an hour and 45. Just give you a little bit of buffer. If you do 2 hours apart, hour 45 gives you one extra appointment per day. That's why I like the an hour and 45 apart. Okay, so we leave our morning sessions.
Couldn't find them, but you have these.
Yep, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, so there's only 3. You want to make copies?
That's all I have?
Yeah.
I could have sworn I just printed off like I made them. Yeah. Thanks. Excel certified. So if we don't have enough, I'll print them here in just a moment. But you want to go through. We leave at 9:30. So Alliance mornings, you mark them off on your calendars, are from 9:30 or 7:30 to 9:30. Okay. I would say first demo. See, Mondays and Fridays, Jeff Gamboa runs a workshop, so he goes till 9:45. So Mondays and Fridays, I would do first demo at 10:30 on Mondays and Fridays, and then on every other day, Tuesday through Thursday and Sundays, I would say you could do your first one at 10:15. 10:15. Now you might say, Mike, 45 minutes might not be enough time for me to drive to where I need to go. I would still just map it out that way. Just map it out that way. First demo, God bless you. First demo at 10:30 on Monday, Friday. First demo at 10:15 on every other day. And just put a little dollar sign in your planners. That's all we got.
Couldn't find it. Apparently you don't have a copier.
No, I just have a printer. I'll print some more here in just a second.
Who needed?
So Clay, you have these sheets. I don't know if I gave you enough sheets or if you have a planner or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm good. I got them all. Yeah.
So all the little dollar signs in your schedule. Pick out your buffer days, your non-blitz days, and your blitz days.
Yep.
Let me find what the heck did I call that? Schedule. Yeah. No, that's a good question. Nope, only Monday through Friday are Alliance meetings. However, I do have a best practice for Saturday morning. Mason, do you remember what that best practice is from last year? I think you paid somebody to do it for you, but do you remember what it was? On Saturday mornings?
Spreadsheet.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
My sister, $10 an hour, put every single recommendation in a Google Sheet.
Yep, every Saturday morning. Yeah, Saturday morning. You either want to do it from 7:30 to 9:30, just like a Lions meeting, or if you choose that you don't want to do it on your own, pay a little sibling or a younger sibling or a friend's sibling to do it for you. The reason why I say younger is if they're 14, 15, 16 years old, it's probably easy work for them and they're not going to demand as much money. So you pay a kid $10 an hour to do that type of work, man, $8 an hour, they're gonna they're ecstatic, Just a thought for you. Go ahead.
To add on the whole paying your siblings to do stuff, this doesn't really have anything to do with organization, but I also paid my sister and her friends to do the sticky note approach. I didn't do it. They just put them out.
So just to clarify what Mason just said.
And I had to write my handwriting stuff.
So he had his sister and her friends write the sticky notes and then also put them out on the neighbors' doors for him. That's resourcefulness. Now, some of you guys, if you have the time, do it on your own. But if Mason's out there selling, making 30% commissions, his time is worth more than the time it takes to actually do that work. But some of you are only making 15, 20%, then obviously do the work, don't pay someone to do it for you. But I think that's a great idea. Leverage, it's called leveraging your time. So, but Saturday mornings, I think it's a great idea, 7:30 to 9:30, to answer John's question, is there's not a formal Alliance meeting, but what we did last year is we had, I think Will Lovelace facilitated this. He hopped on Zoom for accountability, where he hopped on the Zoom. He didn't talk to anybody, but he was on the Zoom, and everyone else that said, all right, I'll hop on the Zoom for accountability too. I need that accountability. From 8 to 9 a.m., I'll be there for 1 hour, and I'll just work on my spreadsheet. And maybe they talked, I don't know, but it was just for accountability to update your spreadsheet before the all-day call day on Sunday. Because if you don't put that in the schedule, it's not going to get done. But I like the Saturday morning because you're not doing any extra demos. And you might say, Micah, that's when I'm going to sleep in. Then you should not show up for this Alliance. If you think you're going to sleep in on Saturday morning, you're in the wrong room. But we're not here to sleep in. If you want to sleep in, that's like what the JV team does. If you want to rest, then I would do that Sunday morning. If there was ever a week that that you decide that you want to sleep in, and if church is really important to you, I totally understand. Then go to church. But if there was ever a time you missed church, then Sunday morning would be a time just stay in bed till noon, or 11 or 10. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't break the pattern. I would not break the pattern. Think of this as like a soccer camp or a football camp where you wake up early every single day, something like that. Raph, what time were you, did you do an away camp? Is that what you did?
It was different.
But did you ever go to a sleepover camp or not?
Yeah.
Did they start you guys at early morning ever? 5 o'clock? I could just, you don't thank you. Yeah. Just grab what you need. If you don't need any, just pass it down. Thanks, man. Cool. All right. So let's go through. So put your little dollar signs in the schedule. I know ours, some of them already have them, but it doesn't matter. Just put them every hour and 45 minutes. My goal for my crew, really everyone, is to be done by 6. Push hours are 10 to 6. Now, I always have that one kid's like, Mike, but my demos, most of my customers are home in the evenings. Does that mean I can't do demos in the evenings? You could. I'm not. I'm be home with my wife. So I encourage you to do your best to get daytime appointments, so that way you could rock out daytime appointments and have your evenings with your friends and family. I want you to have family dinner at least 2 or 3 times a week. I want you to go have fun with your friends at least 2 to 3 times a week. But I want you to grind and work your ass off during push hours, which is 10 to 6. Push hours 10 to 6, and then we have a morning workshop. That's all I want you to think about. It's hard, but not really, if you structure it that way. If you need a nap, perfect. Get your appointments done before 6. Get your next 2 days booked up before 6, and then go take a nap at 6:15. Wake up at 8, have dinner with mom and dad, and then, go play some video games, Netflix, work on your Blue Book and best practices before you go to sleep so your night routine is good, and then wake up the next morning and do it again. I guarantee at some point during this push, I'm going to watch TV with my wife. I bet your ass. That's going to happen. I also bet you that during the push, I'm going to be at the gym at like 5:15 in the morning too. That's going to happen too. I'm going to be using as much of my time as possible. We have 168 hours. I'm going to spend as little amount of that time as sleeping as possible, because if I'm sleeping, I'm not getting anything done. So if I could get like 6 hours, I'll be good. And then maybe one day a week, if I could get 7 or 8, that'd be good. 5 to 6 each day. One day gets 7 or 8, I'll be straight. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm saying that's how my mind is working during pushes. Not forever. It's not forever. 18 days. Not forever. But man, you get good at this for 18 days, it will set you up for very exciting non-summer. So go through it. Everyone's working on their dollar signs, putting those in the plan, putting those in the schedule. And even if you have a planner, like I love these planners, these at a glance ones, those are great. But if you have a planner that's like not broken up, like that one there, sorry to pick on you, that doesn't have columns, I would use this. That was a waste of money. Sorry about that, dude. The only reason I say it's a waste of money for our business. It works for other businesses, but you got to have the columns for your appointments so you can see your gaps. The gaps are the traps. The gaps are the traps, and that's what we want to see on the weekly breakdown, so that way you can maximize your gaps. Because if you don't book up appointments and you have a gap in your schedule, you go back to the office and work on your business. So the office is like your hub during push hours, 10 to 6. You go to the hub and just drive out there and just work on your rec approach, work on videos, work on closing, work on looking up more phone numbers, work on making phone calls, creating same-day appointments. Mason used to get mad at me. I would have him drive all the way back from Tampa, and he would convince me he's a good salesperson. So he'd be like, Mike, I have a 2-hour gap right now. If I drive all the way back there, by the time I get there, I got to leave. He's like, I promise you, I'll post up in this parking lot. I'll make some phone calls. And I was like, no, go to a Starbucks, put me on Zoom, right? Video conference in. And I'm not going to watch you, but I want to see that you're actually like making your calls. You might say, damn, Mike, why the hell you don't trust us? No, I don't fucking trust you. You know how tempting video games and naps and Netflix is when you're working your ass off? I know how tempting that shit is. I know how tempting that is. I'm not your mom or dad where you say, oh, mom, but I've been working all day long. Bullshit. I know how many times you looked at your cell phone and scrolled through Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and looking at a bunch of bullshit. I know how many times you played a video game on your cell phone throughout the day. I don't care if you do that, just not during push hours. Not during push hours. We're working way too hard for you to be procrastinating and putting that stuff into your brain.
Real quick, to add a little bit on the accountability thing, and driving all the way out to the office. I remember it was an all-day call day. I was there from 12 to like 8:30, and I was like, Mike, I didn't hit my demo goal. And I was like, Mike, I'm gonna leave. I've been here for 8.5 hours. And he's like, dude, do what you want, man, but like, you didn't hit your demo goal. And he did what I do to you guys sometimes. We're kind of just like, you feel bad about not hitting your goal a little bit. So he was like, dude, just like stay and just keep your goal. And I made like just like 7 more calls and put like 6 demos on the 7 calls because I stayed like 20 more minutes. And he was like, it's just really annoying, but
Sure.
Extra.
But that extra push, now he's Mason Linker, so that's the goal. You're gonna get pushed. You're gonna get challenged. There's gonna be times where you don't like me. Go figure. But I'm not here to be your friend. I'll be friendly, but I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to help you become better. And ideally, that's what parents do. But sometimes parents are a little too friendly. I don't. Not that I don't care, but like I'm not your mom and dad. Like I'm not your big brother. I'm a caring adult that you may never meet ever again. You might quit during this process because you hate me so much, and I'm okay with that. What's the saying? Cowards never go, weak die off, and only the strong survive. That's what we're going for. But I promise you survive this thing. Woo! You won't even recognize the person you are right now. What if you know you're only at 5% of your full capacity right now? 5% of your full potential right now. And we're about to unveil the other 95% during the next 2.5 weeks. Imagine what 95% more of you looks like. 95% more effectiveness, 95% more patience, 95% more energy, 95% more skill set, resourcefulness. That gets exciting. Should be excited about growing. It's not painful in the moment, maybe. It's exciting. We'll give you just a couple more minutes as we're working through this plan. At this point in time, you should have your buffer days mapped out. You should have your blitz days mapped out. And then your non-blitz days are just dollar signs. And then your job is to pick out of those dollar signs, 3 to 4 of them that you're going to focus on. 3 to 4 of them you can focus on. So non-blitz days, those are fun days. Those are average days. That's the job days. Like you know, if I'm you, this is what I would do. I would do a 10-15. So let's look at a schedule. I would do a 10-15. I'll actually draw it. So a non-blitz day. So this I'll draw it out for you. Blitz, non-blitz, buffer, and then we'll move. Blitz day, I would say 10-15, 12, 145, 30, 415, 6. So this would be a blitz, possibilities. So this is, I'll just draw this out like this. These are, so you could do night appointments. I'm not saying don't do nighttime appointments by any means. I'm not saying don't. I'm saying try to hit your goal without doing nighttime appointments so that way you can enjoy your nights with your family and friends, because it is still your summer break and I still want you to have fun. But I just would not do it during the day. I would not have fun during the daytimes. I would have fun at night times, because here's why. You interrupt the pattern. Humans and everything is momentum. If you're driving in a train and you're driving that train and it's going really fast and then you stop and then you try to get in the train and get it going again, it takes a lot more energy for it to start up. Does everyone follow me? So that's why if you interrupt the pattern and go to the beach, you go to an alliance meeting in the morning, do a demo, go to the beach with your friends, and then do more at nighttime, you're interrupting the pattern of that momentum. And that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to lose the momentum, lose the energy during the day. Does everyone follow that? That's why. That's the reason why we want you to focus on this. So during blitz days, you essentially have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 openings. So somewhere between that 4 to 8 range, you pick out 4 to 8 of those 7 openings. And you might say, how do I do an 8th? Then it would be like that, what is that? 9:30 virtual demo. Jackson calls them VDs, and I think that's inappropriate. One person now. Thanks, Brenda.
I got it.
Thank you.
I don't get it.
I'm still wrong.
A VD?
Or Venereal disease.
No, nobody. So Jackson has VD. Every time I look at it, like, just booked up a VD and like, we go check and check. Immature, I know, immature. So you have 8 openings. You have 8 openings here. You pick out 4 to 8 of them on your blitz days. Non-blitz days. So on blitz days, you pick out 4 to 8 of them. Non-blitz days, you pick out 3 to 4 of them. Buffer days, you're picking out 0 to 3 of them. So on a blitz day, you might pick out, I would pick out this one, the 10-15, 12, 145, 2:30, 4:15. That gives me my 5. I'll be done in time for dinner with my family. That's what I would pick out. You choose your adventure. That's my 5. Non-blitz days, I'm going to do a 10-15. I'm going to do a 12, and I'll do a 145. And then from here to here, okay, I'm either going to role play. I'm going to, I'm going to get lunch with a friend if you want. And the reason why I'm going to do a lunch with a friend is not to just socialize. What am I doing with lunch with a friend? To get more what?
Recs.
To get more reps and get more numbers. I'll have lunch with my friend, but then Deja was doing yoga last night with one of her friends, and I called Deja and was like, hey, Deja, how many names and numbers can you get from that friend? I'm curious. What was the outcome?
Oh, I got like 30.
That's yoga with a friend. So when you're part of an alliance, you understand? The moral of the story, that's right. Do yoga. But you understand? So it's lunch with a friend, but you get them bought into what you're doing, and then you enroll them. Do you mind sharing like what the conversation was like with your friend? Like any best practices that come from that? Well, just afterwards, because you got the result. You got 30 names and numbers, but what was the conversation like? So that way maybe it could help other people.
Well, I mean, she kind of heard the whole phone conversation, so like that kind of helped.
What was that?
Like you were just telling me that that I just need to like do really good on this push and stuff and like be motivated. And then she heard that and then she texted her mom and her mom just sent over the names and contacts. It was easy because honestly you did all the talking, so.
So the moral of the story.
Can you do that for me?
If you had to remember any points that you think landed with her that I did say, if you did remember. If not, I could just say them. But
Yeah.
there's one word. The one word is cheerleader. That's what it is. I need you to be a cheerleader. So you want to find a cheerleader. So it's like, listen, friend, I need you to be my cheerleader during this push. I have my coach. He's my mentor. I have my mom. I have my sisters. I have my brothers. I have my friends. But I need a cheerleader, someone that's going to root me on and not question why I'm working so hard. Not question me, not doubt me, but just to cheer me on from the sidelines and just give me high fives when I need them. And that's it. I'm not going to vent to you. I'm not going to complain to you. I just need you to root me on from the sidelines and just help me as much as possible. Can you do that for me? I got you. Absolutely. And you share your goals while you're doing this. It's like one of the other things I need from my cheerleader is just help me get my goal hit. And that goal is 50 appointments. And I need 200 numbers in order to book up those 50 appointments. Right now I have 132 of them. Can you give them an exact number? I really need your help. Can you help me get 20 or 30 more? Do you think you could put me in contact with your mom, your aunt, your grandma, any of your friends' moms? You don't have to do anything. I'll just introduce myself to them and see if they want to help me out. If they say no, no big deal. If they say yes, awesome. Something like that. Follow? So anyone you say I love you to, you could have that conversation with. But that's what I mean by lunch with a friend. So, and then you have evening open. Buffer day. A buffer day looks like this. So if it's a team meeting day, so I'll do a team meeting day is here, calls and team meeting. And then maybe you do somewhere in between here is either prep for that phone jam or maybe 1 to 2 demos, something like that. On an all-day call day, you're here and it's just a call day on a Sunday. And the only time you might be able to do one would be a morning, would be 0 to 1, depending on, if you're going to church or you're deciding to sleep in or get breakfast with the family or something like that. I'll be having breakfast with Lindsay on Sunday mornings for sure. Question?
How come it's 1:45 to 2:30?
This one? Because I messed up.
Okay. All right, cool.
That's all.
All right.
So it should be 1:45 to 3:30, and then 5:15, and then 7, then 8:45, and 10:30. Sierra, what's the latest appointment you've ever done at nighttime?
I had one at like a virtual demo. Honestly, at midnight.
So midnight. So VD at midnight. You got a VD at midnight. Cool. So if you have someone in Alaska, it's 4 hours. It's only 8 p.m. their time. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying if you have the resources and you're up anyway, you might as well. That could be a great Saturday night type of appointment or a Friday night type of appointment where you don't have an alliance meeting the next morning. Just an idea. Cool? Is this helpful? Yeah. You all have a plan right now? We feel okay with our plan? Cool. So I'm going to get everyone's numbers. I want to get everyone's numbers. What I'm looking for is your total number of appointments that you're looking to get done. So add them up now. So you add them up and how many appointments that adds up to be, because think about it, your blitz days alone, if you're doing 5 on your blitz days, that's 25, right? If you're doing on your total buffer days, let's say if you did, 5 total on all of your 5 buffer days, that gives you 30. That means the rest of those, you have 20, the leftover is only 8 days to do if you're doing 50 appointments. What is that? That's 20 more appointments. How do you do 20 more appointments over 8 days? It's like 2.5 a day. 2 to 3 a day, call it 3 a day. You see? That's how you're going to be able to break down your 50 appointments. But remember, you're going to need to set up more to complete the 50. Because remember, when I did the math, it's not 833 demos set, it's 833 demos completed, right? Your push should be 50 demos completed, but you position yourself where you can set up a lot more. All right, let's get everyone's numbers. Let's do this thing, and then we'll take a quick stretch. We'll transition. All right, so if I spell your name wrong, I apologize. Preston, so what I'm looking for is demos and CPO goal.
Okay, so 55 and 15K.
Cool. And Nairobi, N-A-I-R-O-B-I.
RO. Yes, sir.
Cool.
45 and 10K.
Cool. And then who's next? We got Raph and then John. Go ahead.
50 and 10K.
And then John.
40 and 2K.
And then Deja Sierra.
50 and 10K. 40.
And Lindsay Jackson.
50 and 12 plus.
15, 20.
And then I got Tiara and Avery.
50 and 12.
Uh, 40 and 10.
I don't know if that was our agreement. I think we had.
I don't remember what it was.
I think it's 50.
Oh, okay.
I think it's 50. The only reason some of them have 40 is if they're traveling or if they have like an orientation or something. You said you have nothing on top. Look at your schedule. I'll come back to you.
All right.
I don't want to call you out in front of people, but I just want you
I
to
mean, it's okay.
look at your actual schedule and give me that number. We'll break it down in just a second. Jonathan?
Justin.
Justin and then Jonathan. My apologies. Justin.
40 and 20.
Jonathan?
70 and 15.
And Anthony?
50 and 15.
And Ryan and Clay?
50 and 20.
Clay?
50 and 20.
I don't know if I'm leaving for Virginia yet or not.
So you're not. Cool.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
So just remember, do the math to make it less intimidating. I need you to understand your blitz days alone, for those of you guys that are working 18 days, right? 5 of them is 50% of your push. So 50% of your effort happens in 5 days if you do this this way, the way I'm projecting. The other 50% is prep work and just sustaining a consistent schedule. That's all it is. Questions, comments, thoughts? Cool. So what I want you to do is on your monthly, this one here, on this right here, I want you to write in, can I do yours? Is that okay? So on this, I used to have a Sharpie, and it's gone. Okay. All right, it's okay. So on this, here's what I want you to do. So how many appointments is on your blitz day, the ones you circled?
Well, so mine's a little different, so I'm trying to do like 5 every day because I have to get my tonsils out.
Oh, because you have the days off.
Yeah.
So you're just focusing 5 a day.
Yeah.
So what you would do for yours is you would just put a 5 circle, 5 circle, 5 circle, right? On the days that you could do 5. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So I want you to take those numbers and put it on the day so it's clear as day so you can see how many appointments you're doing on that day. Then what you're going to do with this, you're going to write your name at the top and you're going to give it to me and I'm going to hang it up over here. Now in your office, you might have it on a wall. I don't know what you're doing in St. Pete, but that way every day when you come in, we could see what you've already mapped out for yourself. Because that's why this is called a planning session. So that way you're not worrying about thinking about it later. You're doing the plan now. So just one more time, you're going to write the numbers for each of the days. So on your blitz days, 4 to 8, pick a number. I just used 5 because it's random. You could do 7. You could pick a 6. You could do 1 blitz day of 7, 1 blitz day of 5, 1 blitz day of 6. Pick it out. How many you want to do during our blitz days? If you want to take Preston's approach where I'm just doing 5 a day to hit my 55 demos, I'm just going to do 5 a day every day. That's really cool. Whatever approach you're taking, but we agree on that now. We make that plan right now. Question on that? Cool? Because we're going to transition into Think Like a Champion. We're going to do an activity real quick that I think you guys are really going to like. And then the rest of our time, we're going to spend doing some skills check stuff. So I know you guys are excited about the triple close and all that, and quizzing you on your rec approach, and we'll spend the rest of our time there. So, but I just want to finish this up because this is obviously the whole, in my opinion, one of the most important parts is to have your plan that you feel confident with. Pick your blitz days, 4 to 8. Pick your non-blitz days and how many you need to do. Some of those non-blitz days, some of you are going to see on those non-blitz days, it's like 2 to 3 appointments to get you to your goal of 50 appointments. Right? And some of those buffer days, now, of course, what's going to happen is you, during the push, might say, I'm going to do a blitz day of 7 appointments, and you only do 5. Well, therefore, you're going to move those 2 appointments to a non-blitz day. And it's going to adjust. But as you do the preliminary plan, you're going to, or some of you, ready? Some of you guys, you're going to freak out when I say this. Some of you might even get a chance to have a day off. Now, Jeff Gamboa might freak out if I ever said that. But realistically, you might be able to play the numbers so well where you could do a morning alliance, do 1 appointment, and be done and be on pace what you need to do and go to Busch Gardens with your friends. Like, that could be a possibility if you set up the plan the right way. Because these non-blitz days, you get 8 of them. So if you max those blitz days out the right way, on a non-blitz day, you could position yourself to get your appointments done in the front part of the day and be done by like 2 on a non-blitz day. And you could really enjoy yourself this push. Cool? So what you're going to do is you're going to take a picture of that once you're all finished. Once you're finished, you're going to write your name on it, take a picture of it. And I guess I don't need to know St. Pete's, but I definitely need to know our people. So for our people, post it in our Alliance group and our Alliance chat. So Mason, if you want to add me to your Alliance chat, yeah, just your Alliance chat. Or, yeah, you can add me to your team one if you wanted to, but I definitely want to be supporting the Alliance ones. So you're going to label every day with a number. Before you take a picture of it, I want a number, so make it clear as they circle that number. Yeah, circle that number.
I don't know if Mike said send it in our Alliance chat too.
Okay.
Yep. What do you need?
The calendar.
There's no one. Yeah. Do you don't have one?
I mean, I have one at home, but I don't have it here.
Are you printing one out, Mike?
Yeah, I'll print it real quick.
Thank you.
Anybody else need a calendar while I'm printing? Just one? All right. Done. Cool. So once someone's finished, I want to hold it up just so you can see. Yeah, so it looks like something like this, right? So every day should have a number. Even if it's a buffer day, you put a number on it. So every day should have a number, whether it's a 0, a 1, a 5. You want to label each of those days. Every single day should have a number. If it's a day off, you put a /exit or / a day off, so that way you know. So it looks something like this. This is good. Beautiful. I love it. Labeled as buffer days, blitz days, looks great, non-blitz days. Excellent. Cool. This is one of those skills that you get to learn during TLA, by the way. Time management. This is executive level planning. That's what we're talking about right now. This is executive level planning, and it might be a little different for some, but this is how I like to do it. And once you have your pictures, send it to the Alliance chat. Looks like, let's see, in our SC2, That's Game Changer Alliance. It looks like Preston and Nairobi. You sent yours. I have Avery. I only have Avery send hers. That's it.
So you should take a picture of this.
Now, Avery, if you could delete that one and update it with your all the Thursdays don't have any numbers, and the Sundays don't. So even if it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, just if you could delete that, update your calendar, and put numbers on there. Thank you. So Clay, okay, I see 4 to 8. So Clay, what I want you to do with that you sent us, if you can label the numbers, like how many on each of those days.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I want to see the numbers, and I want you to premeditate that how many you're doing on each of those days.
Okay, yeah. So just like every day specifically?
Yep, specific days, just like you'll see on everyone else's calendar. So you'll see on Tierra. Tierra has a great model that you just sent in each day. So there's the non-blitz days are 3, blitz days are 6, buffer days 2. So you can kind of see what that looks like. Okay.
What do we need for SC2?
It's going to be that Thursday night, like late night. So like Thursday night at it's like Friday morning, 1 in the morning type of thing. I don't have the details yet.
And then on the magic bus ride from the
Yeah, so we load the bus up at like 1 or 2, something like that. We sleep until like 8, and then we rock morning phone orders in the morning.
How do you set those up, or do you just make?
Oh, we got you. We have a whole line session for it.
the same way
Yeah.
you kind of set up the train your customers more advanced.
Yeah. Cool. We good? All right. How much more time do y'all need? Because I'm ready to transition. Cool. Okay. Sarah, do you mind looking at our group to see who hasn't sent the photo?
I could consult my school schedule to put it all together, but I'll post it when I get home.
Okay. I'd like that finalized today.
I'll get it to you.
Okay.
Preston and Nairobi have sent their
Yeah, because I have a follow-up planning with Jeff after this.
I'll totally get it to you.
Okay, cool. Cool. If you could pull up that document, the push. Actually, I'm gonna switch up. So. Yeah, let's do this activity. All right. Did you take a picture of this already? You said yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And you got this right here? I'm going to leave that up, actually. All right. So we're going to do an activity. I need everyone to take out a blank sheet of paper. In fact, actually, I want a non-notebook paper. So, Mason, do you mind grabbing
copy paper?
Yeah, copy paper.
Can we just write on the back of the
For this activity, no. Yeah, like 15 sheets. 15 sheets would be good. All right. So I think you're really going to like this activity. But while Mason's grabbing a sheet of paper for this. So something I want to create one of the objectives that we want to work together as a team. And one of the things that I've learned is that sometimes being a leader, we sometimes feel like we have to have all the answers, where realistically, I think a lot of the people that are following the leader have a lot of answers too. One of the best attributes a leader can have is to find greatness within other people. And sometimes one of the flaws that leaders have is they can't find greatness within themselves because they are like natural leaders. Natural leaders, if you talk to someone who's like just really gifted And they don't even, they're such a great leader that they don't even think they're a leader. You ever meet somebody like that? They're just like, I'm just, this is who I am. Like, they're almost like too humble. They're too humble where they don't know how awesome they really are. And I wanted to use this this next few minutes to create a space where each of you, everybody have a piece of paper, where each of you can really, thank you. And by the way, Tiara, you won this from the virtual demo contest that we did. If you don't want it, I can raffle off. Okay. So you won it. It was you had 2 virtual sales, and you won that raffle that we did.
Just 2 virtual sales.
Well, we did a raffle. If you had a virtual demo for the week, yeah. If you had a virtual demo in a week or a virtual sale, we raffled it off at the team meeting. So you won. Enjoy.
Dude, his budget is a little bit higher than
Makes sense.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to learn in this moment. This is really going to be it could be powerful. It has the potential to be powerful. Where I want you to learn how to give to others. I want you to learn how to be authentic, and to kind of frame this for yourself first. I know you have the sheet of paper, but this sheet of paper I don't want you to do the one exercise. I want you to do one quick exercise in your notebook or your journal real quick. Just a journal, notebook, somewhere that's not the sheet of paper that I just gave you. And I want to set your mind up to how to receive and how to give freely, where there's no barriers, where like you can just give freely, whether it be give a compliment, give love, give support, give encouragement, whatever, acknowledgement, whatever it might be. But I want you to first start off by giving yourself that gift. I'm going to put on some music. We'll do this for just a couple of seconds, nothing crazy. But I did this morning, and all I did was answer a question. What am I grateful for? And it's as fast as I can. I gave myself like 60 seconds to list off as fast as I could what I'm grateful for. And just kind of created my mindset before I came into this workshop today. I'm going to put on some tunes. I'll put on the exact same song that I listened to this morning to kind of create the mindset for myself, get in the state, get in the zone. And I want you to take, 60 to 90 seconds and just answer that question. What is everything in your life right now that you could be grateful for? Go ahead. I'll turn on the tune. And anything in your life that you could be grateful for right now in this moment. So 60 seconds. Anything in your life, think about the people, think about the privileges, think about the opportunities, anything in your life you could be grateful for, places you visited, lessons you learned. Sets the tone, I know. If you've never experienced this before, probably fucking weird, but but this is a practice, a gratitude practice that is something that really can help you unlock more of yourself. What could you be grateful for? Who could you be grateful for? It could be something as simple as a possession that you really love. It could be something as significant as a lesson you learned. An opportunity. A partnership. Something that's happening in the future that you're really excited about. I'm going to 20 seconds. All right. So I wanted to give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to bring forward just more of the emotion that you probably don't tap into all the time, which is gratitude, right? We don't tap into that emotion very often. We say it, but sometimes we don't really feel the emotion of gratitude. In fact, I saw many smirks as soon as that song started playing. It's like, oh my God, this is so weird. It is. It is weird, but it's also in this space, we encourage you and invite you to allow more of you to show up. There is a part of you. There is a very important part of you that never gets exposed because in society it says that's like, especially for guys, specifically a masculine energy. A moment you try to be grateful or a moment you cry, it's like, oh, that's gay or whatever it might be. That's at least all my friends say, right? Or used to say. So it's like, bottom line is, it's a human emotion. Human emotion. When you allow yourself to connect with you and to connect with other people that are like you, it allows more of you to show up. And that's what I wanted to. That's what I wanted to invite today. And I'm going to invite you to receive this fully because. If you get a little emotional, like if your heart starts coming to your eyes, awesome. My heart comes out of my eyes seldom because I don't allow myself to get there in public. But when it does, it rains, it pours. Mm-hmm. It rains, it pours. And sometimes it's tough to turn it off. And that's why I'm like, I can't run a meeting if I'm fucking crying my eyes out. So, but although there was a TLA prep where that happened, were you at a TLA prep? I don't think you were there. I couldn't stop. I was like, you read, someone else read. Like, it was tough. It just opened up the floodgates. And if that happens, awesome. Receive it fully. It's just going to open up more opportunities for you. Same thing on the opposite end. I encourage you to give freely. I want you to give authentically. I want you to give to each other in just a moment. This will all make sense, but I'm just saying the pre-frame to bring forward what you see in other people. Okay, some of you don't know each other very well. You just have the first impression of what you've seen today. Some of you have worked together for a little bit. Some of you guys are like siblings and relatives, so you know each other a little bit more. But the bottom line is, this is a chance for you to bring forward what you see in other people. So on the sheet of paper, what I want you to do, I want you to draw a circle. Some of y'all draw great circles. Draw a circle. So if this is your sheet of paper, your circle should look maybe a little smaller than that. Maybe a little smaller than that.
Sharpie marker.
Can't see it? The blue one. Oh, there it is. So if this is your sheet of paper right here, cool, circle like that, and then put your name in the middle, like this. So I'm going to do Clay's on the board right here. Okay? So what I want you to do is you're going to put your name in that circle. And what I want to do is we'll do a couple of just to kind of get the flow going a little bit, okay? And this is a sheet of paper that you could use during your entire push. This is something that I want you to read and look at before you go into your all-day call day on Sunday. This is a sheet of paper that's going to help remind you of how much of a badass you really are, because sometimes real leaders forget on how much of a badass they are. So I want you to give to each other authentically and freely. And what we're going to do is we're going to have you pass your circle around, and each person is going to write something authentic about you on that paper. Okay? So when Preston is going to pass his sheet down, everyone passes it around. And as Preston goes around, someone is going to write, I want you to write something really authentic about that person. Now, some of you, Raph is thinking, I don't even know what that dude's name is. I don't even, which one is Ryan, right? I get that. So in order to kind of set this up in the best way possible, if you feel like you don't know someone, right, we're going to set this up real quick to create a little bit of different energy flow. I want you to meet someone you've never met before in this room or feel like you don't know before we do this activity. You're going to stand up in a moment when I say go. You're going to stand up. You're going to ask them 2 questions real quick just to get to, get their vibe, get their energy. Be like, oh, I got something. And as soon as you can find something authentic about them, some simple questions is, what's the biggest win you've ever had in your life? What's the biggest challenge you've ever overcome? So what's the biggest win that you've experienced? What's the biggest challenge you overcame? These are below the surface type of questions. Who's your role model and why? Who's your role model and why? Someone that you look up to. What is a goal you're after? Like a big goal that you're chasing down and why you want that goal. These are some below the surface questions that you can ask somebody. So if you're ever on a date and you don't know what to talk about, these are a couple good questions. Now, maybe not right away, but might want to warm it up a little bit. But these are a couple good questions. Cool? I'm going to give you about 4 minutes for this. 3 to 4 minutes. I'm going to turn on different type of music this time. Okay? You're going to stand up, and if it's a little clustered in here, I'm okay if you go into the hallway. But forget about your cell phones for just a moment. 3 to 4 minutes, and meet someone that you feel like you don't know as well as you'd like to. You don't know them as well as you'd like to. If you want to do little groups or whatever, I really can care less. But go ahead and let's go. Cool. Stand it up. 3 to 4 minutes. Nothing crazy. All right, Clay. I'm gonna. And if you don't know Clay, here's Clay. I need Here's Clay. If you don't know Clay, I'll leave Clay right here.
Clay.
What's up, dude?
Ryan.
What's up, bro?
Where are you? You're in Georgia?
Yeah, man, I'm in LJ right now for the 4th.
You got something for family up there?
Yeah, we own a cabin up here.
No, it's just like.
Clay, are you there?
Yeah, I can
Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Yeah. All right, I'm taking you to the hallway, Clay.
All right, man.
Let's talk to Clay. So what's going on?
Nothing much, my guy.
Wait, sorry, so I didn't hear. You're in Georgia for what?
Yeah, with family.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. Are you up there for the 4th or just like for?
Yeah, I get back like the first Sunday for the big ass phone jam that we got.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm going to Tallahassee right after this for the 4th, and then I have to come back, or I'm leaving the day after, going to Bahamas. So I'm missing a week of the push. So.
Damn, bro, you're going to the Bahamas though?
Yeah, so I mean it's gonna be fun, but like.
What do you mean, bro? That's lit. That's raw.
But yeah. So what's the biggest challenge you've ever had to overcome?
Oh, SC1. Oh, hey, Brenda.
Hey, honey. Go ahead.
The biggest.
Oh yeah, no SC1, bro, for sure.
How was that? What part of it was like the most challenging for you?
Well, I mean, just doing it every day was kind of tough.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, SC1 was like hard, but I'd say probably so. Like senior year of high school, I was the president of a nonprofit, and it kind of went from just, like being in high school, going to class, and like that's it. To like, all right, I'm in class, then I have to send a bunch of emails, and I have to go talk to people, and like just do stuff all the time. I'm kind of sick of it, but yeah, it was hard, but I mean, I liked it. So
yeah.
Teens for Haiti. It was like it's all like high school students, and then I went to Haiti twice actually.
Oh, you did go to Haiti?
Yes. So.
Someone
Clay's in the hallway.
Clay.
So Rob, bro, what's good? What's good, John?
Hi, Clay. Bro. Nice to meet you.
Hey, man, what's up? What's your goals, bro? Where do you go to school?
Wait, I mean, yeah, you wanted to work up here too.
But I want to hear.
Okay.
Right after this.
Okay. Yeah, my bad, guys.
Goals, bro.
So what's it going? How's the meeting?
Good man, good man.
Good.
So hit us up with the goals, man. What do you got
Clay's
for
right
goals,
here.
bro?
You already know, bro. Hey, what's up? Nah, the goals, bro. What do you mean?
You like put them up here?
Who's your role model?
Who's my role model? Mike's my role model.
Wait, where is he?
I'm in Georgia.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Clay, we're going out here.
Wait, who are you?
I know, I can't. We can't hear.
Where am I?
Yeah, I'm there.
I can't hear anything.
Bro, is he on mute? I'm so confused. Is he okay? Where is he?
Yo, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
There he is.
School?
Yeah, hello. It's just really loud.
Oh, he said it's his second.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of voices. I just hear a bunch talking.
Yeah, I was up there for school last summer. Hey, who are you?
Yo, what's good, Jackson?
I can't believe Clay is literally just like on FaceTime right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
who else is there?
In Target. I can come back and then sell 20
Yeah. No, but we.
Yeah, that was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, that's why we didn't play. No, we're actually he just kind of listening to our conversation. Oh, good.
I'm just running here because you don't know who to talk to.
Like, can you believe that I got sucked into this? Like, why am I?
I look at a feeling.
At the meeting, you said you weren't even doing it. I see it. And you did say, yeah.
No, but I
I'm gonna get your rest. Yeah, they got everything.
Yeah.
So Facebook. I'm about to be there just message bunch of moms on Facebook.
Guess who came out with a rock song?
Chill. Are you serious? Did they slap?
It kind of sucks.
I was trying to see him yesterday because I was UCF yesterday. Yeah, that's so weird.
My average was like 7:30. It looks like your foot is like moving.
Oh my gosh.
It's like I just dropped.
And
I just dropped the
International Plaza.
That's what I have too.
Okay, wait.
Those look like you're vibrating.
Why is it doing that?
That's like the design. And then there's a tag on it that's like make clothes dripping.
What are you doing?
I wanted to like see what it was like.
Different materials.
Better, yeah.
Yeah, that's just.
All right, come on back.
Yeah, it's doing good.
Cool.
So,
Right. So come on back. Let me show you. This is actually going to be real quick, and then we're going to transition to some of the skill set stuff. So I know that's what all of you came here for, but I trapped you. Gotcha. Gotcha with the personal growth. And the reason why I do this is because 80% of selling is psychology, only 20% skill set. And that's why I spend a lot of time on the psychology stuff, but we're going to help you with the skill set too. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an example. I'm going to do an example. So I need one brave, vulnerable volunteer that would be able to receive. that would be able to receive fully. Someone that says, you know what, I could receive fully. You can receive fully.
Yeah.
What I mean by receive, it's like genuine, like, thank you, I appreciate that. Feel like you can receive?
Yeah.
Who else thinks they could receive? Sarah, you think you can receive? Lindsay, you think you can receive? Cool. Feel like you like actually receive a compliment and be willing and be open enough where if someone's giving you a lot of love, you can actually open yourself up and not be like, gay. Let's, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So who thinks they can open up? Fully, a couple of you? Couple of you, okay. Cool. So I picked Deja. Well, it's a little speaking trick, right? You see who's like, gimme, I could do it. And then you pick someone who says they can't, like doesn't feel confident. Some of the best ones. So Deja, we're gonna use you as an example. Cool? So what we're gonna do is I will show you how this works. So if I had Deja and I had Deja's sheet in front of me, okay? Cool. No particular order. What's something that you could say that you could write a note to Deja? I'll write it on the board so you can see what this looks like. A note to Deja that something that's authentic that says, you know what? I give you value, I give you appreciation, something that says some level of gratitude. Lindsay, what would you write?
You're a great listener.
So she would write, you're a great listener. And then she would write Lindsay. And she'd probably write like a little heart or something like that. Right? Maybe. Give me like one or two or three more. What's something else you could say to Deja? Sierra?
Very hard worker. Especially on Sundays.
Anything else authentic that you could say? John?
Like down to earth.
No question mark. All right. Brandon, what would you say to Deja?
I would say that she's very transparent. Her emotions, you can really see what's going on with her, and she's open.
Cool. You get the point? So we're going to give you a couple of seconds per person. You're going to pass your sheet around. Okay? This might feel weird in the moment, but if you allow yourself to really give some love to the people around you, this might be one of the most prized possessions you have during your push. When you look back and read this thing, especially in those times where you just got rejected, you just had 4 cancellations in a row, you just had, someone say that you're going to fail at this job, you're not going to do well, you feel doubt, and you pull out the sheet of paper and you see how much love you have around you. That's the point of this, right? Cool? So I'm going to play some music to set the tone. You're going to love this. And then we're going to transition into a lot of sales stuff, play like a champion, and then we're going to transition right into the skill set stuff that you guys all of you pretty much came here for. So the triple close and a lot of that. So that sounded bad. Nice. It's not correct. All right, ready? So I'm gonna play some tunes. Pass your sheet down and just pass one. Just pass around this way. So Ryan will always pass to Preston. And what I'll do is I gotta wait before you do that. I gotta write Clay one. So Clay, that way. So Clay, I'm gonna write one for you. Okay, and then. So now it's off.
Yes.
So
one can be sitting at the side.
Yeah, you pull. Yeah, just keep them going. It's got.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll just have 2 each time. Yeah. Cool. So I'll turn on some tunes. All you're gonna do is write a little quick love note. Quick love note. You can see what it looks like. Something authentic. Something that you can write to that person. Something that if they were down and they read this, they're like, wow, I appreciate that. Thank you. Go ahead. I'll turn on some tunes. And we can make this happen. Let's do this. So this right here is just the perfect transition. So the perfect transition of what we got accomplished so far. So what did we get accomplished so far today? We had you break down your calendar, right? We went through exactly what you want to get accomplished. We went through, we broke down your goals. We did a little bit of networking, gave a little bit of love, okay? And this is where we make the transition into some of the skill set. I gave you a Play Like a Champion handout. I'm going to hold off on that just for time's sake. That handout is really fantastic. I encourage you to look at it. I encourage you to read it. I encourage you to use it. There's really just 3 parts of the handout that I want to highlight. If you wanted to put that in front of you, does everybody have one of these? This Think Like a Push Champion handout. If you want to take a look at that real quick, I'm not going to go through the full document. I just want you to focus on 3 things specifically. So 3 things. Number 11. So number 11, when someone cancels, in your control, where's that one? I don't even know which number it is, but it's an important one. Oh yeah, number 10. And energy is when I feel doubt. Cool. Number 10, 11, and 14. So number 10, 11, and 14, I just want to reference real quick. Number 10, where it says before a demo or a service call. I just want you to write the 2 words of in my control or out of my control. In my control or out of my control. In my control, out of my control. So for number 10, in my control, out of my control. What I mean by in control of and out of my control, I want you to focus on what's in your control, not the entire time. That's what this push is. What's in my control, what's not my control. I can't control how much they're actually going to buy, but I can go into the appointment controlling my thoughts before I go into that appointment. So same thing with a phone call, same thing with a phone jam. We already kind of went through that with Win the Moment. As far as cancellations, your goal is to win the day with points. I'm going to wrap up today with the point system of what we're going to be doing with points and how to keep score. We're going to be splitting you up into teams. I don't know, Mason will, I'm sure, have your teams. We have our teams. And we're going to split you into teams, little mini teams. And we're going to keep score. There's going to be a payout at the end. It's going to be something real fun. So it's going to be a little bet. Hopefully you guys are excited about betting.
Hey, more of this. Do you want to combine the payoffs or should we just keep it to our office?
We could. It'll probably be more fun. We could. And then the other thing I wanted to throw out for the last one is when you feel doubt. So this little sheet right here is a great way to offset that. One of the things I'm going to be teaching my crew is something called a power move. And it's pretty intense. It's pretty insane. I don't know if Mason remembers this or not, but it's essentially a move that you do with your physiology to strike a thought or a feeling or a pattern and interrupt the pattern. It's like, it's intense. It's insane. It is something that I'll be teaching, but I just wanted to draw your attention to a power move and just a way to stand with your body, when you use your body to create more strength and energy in your body. So, but anyway, I just want to bring your attention to that because I know I'm going to be talking about general alliances. Let's transition. I'm going to pull up Mr. Jeff Gamboa onto our screen. We're going to watch the close. Okay, we're going to watch it. And then you guys are going to partner up. We're going to role play, and Mason and I are going to facilitate this role play to see what you guys have and how good you are. And then I'll wrap up with a couple thoughts. So we're going to start with the intro, open and closing with the demo. Okay, your goal sharing. So this is where you want to have your blue books out in front of you. You want to make sure your handouts, every one of you have the handouts in your blue book, and you are ready to rock and roll. With
He doesn't have a pitch.
I don't have any on my. We ran out of my office, so if you have any extras, that'd be awesome.
I only got
I ran out, so.
Yeah, I'm less than 10.
This is really sweet.
What about All American brochures?
Let me see your Cocoa Kitchen handout. Do you have the right one?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's the right one. I have old ones. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Brenda, we don't have them. I just want to make sure the Alliance gets one though, if that's okay. Not the new one. No, I couldn't find them. Yeah, if there's extras for Tampa. But I gave a few to Tampa.
Okay,
So everyone turn to the price comparison page of your Blue Book, which is in the Blue Book page 12. Blue Book page 12.
Yes. I think I've actually said.
Blue Book page 12. I just ordered them. I just don't have them yet.
You have it? Yes, you can. Oh, then I have extras. All right, give me
Blue Book page 12. Everyone turn to Blue Book page 12. So that way I could see your sheet. So I can see your Blue Book. Blue Book page 12. Yeah, we don't use that one anymore.
No, I think
I like that sheet, but we haven't used it. It doesn't work well with the kitchen system.
Yeah, take out the old
Yeah.
piece. Hang it up in my room.
That's it.
I'm gonna sell you.
All right, so we're going to go through it. But everyone turn to page 12. This is what it should look like in your Blue Book. Page 12, it should look like this. Have that. Have the Blue Book, page 12. Good. All right, so that's Cutco Kitchen. We did it. Holy shit, this is going to take forever. That's one page. All right, so that took a long time for one page. So I think we should separate the crew because I know there's a couple of people in my office that are not doing the struggle close. So what I'm going to do is I'll do the advanced goal sharing, and then there's going to be a few people like that are not I don't know who's not doing small medium
So
large.
from my office, no one's approved of it yet. Justin doesn't even know what it is.
That's why I say the people that don't know what it is, I'll play the video, and if you're like I don't want to mess shit up, like I just want to do like what I know, then I would just stay there. We'll pull them aside. We'll quiz them separately. So I'll play the video so you can see. So I think about Avery, I think about Justin, I think about Tierra, I think about Deja. I even think about Raph and John.
If you didn't go to the division meeting.
Yeah, definitely if you didn't go to the division meeting, it doesn't make sense. Unless you watch this, you're like, oh shit, I want to do that, then that's fine. But I don't know if it makes sense.
Like
to
we can
switch
get
it
like
up.
Justin, for you, Justin, we can get like one-on-one time. We can role play it a little bit, and if you feel comfortable doing it after this, then maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a little bit complicated to just take like the next 10 minutes watching this video.
Yeah.
Just implement. You did want to.
So I'm going to play the goal sharing, okay? We're going to start with the goal sharing, which is the front of your Blue Book, okay? So the front of your Blue Book. I just want to make sure everyone has the back of the Blue Book done. So front of the Blue Book. Let's go ahead and play the opening of Mr. Gamboa.
Actually, I'm so sorry. Before you start this, no, I'm so rude. Can I just say thank you? I just want to say thanks for letting me come over and see you. And I know you guys are so busy. You just got back from vacation yesterday. And I know I've been calling you like every.
All right. I'm going to just, all we really want to see is the Blue Book setup. So I'm going to fast forward just a smidge.
And their flagship are these amazing sets of knives, okay? But I want you to know I'm not a knife or a kitchen
All right, so I missed the part. So this is where he transitions. So transitions 30 seconds in. Cool.
And anywhere between 100 to 150 people a day to make sure I book my appointment. So I really appreciate you being so nice to squeeze me in for today. So thanks for that.
My pleasure.
I'm going to show you a product called Cutco.
Cutco sets, right? He's talking about this.
You said you've never heard of the product before.
No.
Okay, this stuff is awesome. I wouldn't work with a company if this wasn't the best. This product is the best line of products for your kitchen. They have pots and pans, they have forks and spoons, and their flagship are these amazing sets of knives, okay? But I want you to know I'm not a knife or a kitchen product salesperson, right? I'm just a college student. As you know, I go to the University of Maryland. I'm a pre-med major, and I'm working with Cutco because I really want skills to be able to translate into an effective doctor. But I also want to have business skills so I can run my own practice. And more importantly, I need things that are different on my resume when I apply, instead of just having the normal things that other pre-med majors have. Okay, so that's why I'm working. But as I get started, do you mind if I start with sharing my goals with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. So this is kind of a summary of my.
Cool. So that should be your first page. Cool. So that should be your first page. I don't have clear sheet protectors unless we do, Brenda. I don't know. So I don't have clear sheet protectors. But that would be your first page. Your first page. I sent an email, or I sent in our chat all the documents and handouts, so I could print out what you need, but I didn't know what everybody had. So that would be your first page where you share your goals. Now remember, can I hold yours up? No, Ruby, that looks awesome. So this is what you want it to look like. So you take that sheet of your goals and you put the 3 things that he mentioned. Who remembers what those 3 items were? So something has to do with school, your school logo.
Almost like family or something.
Something that's to do with family, something personal, something you're interested in, right? And then a picture of you, right? So that way it creates a personalized connection with the goals. Thank you. That's perfect. That's perfect. If you don't do that, if you don't have that done, everyone, you should have a sheet of paper somewhere nearby with a to-do list, a running to-do list. So let's take a moment and write that down maybe in your planner or in a notebook. Put it somewhere where you have a running to-do list right now. So right now, Lindsay's on her to-do list is send Mike her schedule, right? So that should be number one on Lindsay's to-do list already, right? So everybody else, if you don't have your goals sheet, that would be the next item on your to-do list. If you've never seen this video before, then it might be request to get access to this video because it was sent to the Gunner group at the meeting. And I've sent it to our group or those people that are in our group before I met with them yesterday or the last couple of days. But you want to request access to this video so you can rewatch it and practice it. I would say those are a couple to do so far. There will be more.
Goals. And it says contest goal, long-term Cutco goal, customer goal, and long-term non-Cutco. I have a big contest called SC2 Push Period. My goal is to sell $20,000 in the next 18 days. And I'll show you why I want to do that, not just for the money, but not even for the prizes, but what it does for me, like to my college career. My long-term Cutco goal is to get into what's called a leadership academy, and I'll end with that. That's my way of getting really awesome personal, business, and leadership skills throughout college to help me get into med school later. And then my customer goal is to get introduced to 1,000+ people, nice like you, who'll just see my presentation, because of course, the more people I see, the better it is for the scholarship and all my goals. And then my long-term non-Cutco goal is, of course, I want to be a doctor. I don't know what kind of doctor yet, and Dad was just saying, hey, just get into med school and I can decide later, but those are my main goals. And you can see here, this is a picture of me when I graduated from Loyola. This is my, of course, Florida Gators. That's the logo where I'm going. And this is a picture of me and my future roommates during orientation. So I'm really pumped for college. Cool. My other goal is my contest. And okay, so.
Cool. Then all of you that went to the conference or the division meeting, you should have a colored printed copy of, if you can hold that up, Ryan, so everyone can see. So it looks like that. I don't have a color printer here, and I don't have extra copies of that. But I have it on digital, and you can print it. You can print one. I don't know if you guys know, but we have a corporate Office Depot discount. So if you ever need to print stuff, we get them for 2 cents a print for black and white, and color I think is like 18 cents or something like that. So if you're interested in using that, then let me know. I'll get you the discount code. But everyone else, you want to have that printed.
I can print it through missing, so I can print it with TV.
Cool. If you don't have one of these, an SC2 push thermometer, you want to write that on your to-do list to get that from Mike or print it out of some sort. Good? All right.
C2 push is an 18-day period where the entire eastern region of the company is going to be selling as much as possible. And I'm really trying to finish as one of the top.
So I just want to get the blue book set up. So
mission in front of the region manager who runs the entire.
Like the whole setup is in the one.
So she got actually a kitchen because she really liked
the
product. But like I said, it's one of my. It's exciting because I'm really trying to hit my goal.
True.
And anything I can do to hit it right now.
So I'm already in flow. So, yeah, committed.
Because.
So you have the prizes, then you have President's Club. So turn next page, we have President's Club.
It's really cool what they do for students here. And then one of the things I said on the phone was my
Is
scholarship.
that what it was?
So here's our All-American Scholarship. And what it is top 50 sellers.
Anybody not have an All-American Scholarship brochure?
Contribution. Now, the scholarship itself is not a ton of money. It's probably going to pay for
So 1, 2, 3.
But what it does, it really separates my resume.
So I get three of those. Do you have any extras?
Say that I rank nationally for a multi-million-dollar marketing company. So that's why I'm really excited for the scholarship. And then also later on, I'll show you how you can sponsor me.
So you might not have a sponsorship sheet. Sponsorship sheet. So you want to keep a running list on your to-do list of what you don't have. We can't. We'll make sure we get them to you. We just need to make sure that we know what you need and what you don't have. sponsorship sheet. We should have, Brenda, if you could check. Thank you. We should have a bunch. If not, we just print them. Okay? And then there's the TLA page.
For me, this is my ticket.
Then there's a TLA page. Is anyone who does not have the TLA page?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
that's all.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
So I'll give like 2 minutes. Make a list of whatever you don't have. Who feels like their blue book is like perfect? Like I got it set up the right way. They can use as a model. Cool. So everyone, what you're gonna do is I'll have Lindsay demonstrate hers, and if you're missing a handout on your to-do list, you're gonna write down what handout you're missing. Okay? So ready? All right, so we have a personal goals page. If you don't have one, then you're gonna make one. Next. Then you have the SE2 push thermometer. If you don't have one, you're gonna write down on your to-do list to have one. Next. Not everyone has been here long enough to earn one yet, but when you have one, that would be where it goes. Next. It looks like you're missing all the SE2 stuff.
Oh, like the, yeah.
Yeah, so let me use somebody else's. Thank you, though. Who has their SE2 push book set up? Cool. JP, why don't you show us real quick? So then we have, so starting at the front. So start at the front.
I don't have the.
Okay, so you need the goals page.
Oh, I have the
So
goals.
you want to move all of that to before you go to there. Or I guess, well, that's what Jeff is, but it's okay. I understand. It's cool. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So you get the personal goals, and then you have the SE2 push thermometer.
Yeah, I don't have the President's Club letter for that.
I have one of those if you want to ask Brenda to grab it. Anybody need a President's Club letter? Raise your hand if you need one.
Oh, this was
No, it's just a letter. It's a sample letter that goes in the book, so that way they can see what it looks like. But yes, they're supposed to earn it. Go ahead.
What the ones who earned it, real quick. When do I get those?
I don't know. End the campaign, they mail them. I don't know. Sometimes they mail it to them.
They mail it to us?
Sometimes, yeah. I don't know. Go ahead. So you got the SE2 push contests.
Yeah, the prizes.
They randomly show up in my mail sometimes, so I don't know. Some people tell me they got to their house. Sometimes they send it to me. Then you got the prizes, and then you got the record breaker. So if you don't have any of these, you want to write down what you don't have. Go ahead. And then you got the other records.
Yeah.
Oh, the other one was okay. I got it.
Yeah.
So you have the trophy contest, the records, and then the All-American Scholarship. And then TLA. So you just want to write down which ones you don't have. The order of everything we'll post into our Alliance group.
About this,
And then the Cutco through College map. Do you have that?
Oh yeah.
So that should be after that should be after TLA. Your Cutco through College map. So now you have Jeff's 7-minute goal sharing. I also have my 8-minute goal sharing. Both of them are on YouTube. I'll send both links out so that way you can have it and you can follow up. We're not going to role play goal sharing today, but I want to make sure that we at least spend a couple of minutes on this. Questions or comments? Make sure you take note of what you don't have in your blue book so that way you have the conversation with your manager.
I got the President's Club letter examples right before the TOA stuff. Is this a version of what?
It says it on there. I think it expired. I think it was done in June. All right, so let's roll. All right. Names and use of setup. I'm just going to play this one for you. It's 60 seconds, and then we're going to spend the rest of our time before I wrap up on the small, medium, large close. And for those of you that are not doing small, medium, large, for those of you guys that not doing small, medium, large, we're going to take you next door. What I want to quiz you on is your recommendations. So honestly, I want to see where you guys are at. I was blown away with the recommendation approach yesterday morning. So I want to, I really want to, I think that's more important than any selling blue book setup or anything, but we'll see. We got about 45 minutes, so we'll see what we get done.
That over a lifetime, sets are a much better value. It's important to have the right tool for the right job, to have safety and also efficiency. It's kind of like your shoes, right? I know you love shoes, so why do you have more than just one pair of shoes? Yeah, you do different things, like different occasions, different outfits, things match differently. You would go to the gym with your high heels, and you would go out with Mr. Jones for a nice dinner with your sneakers, right? Okay, so we have 2 larger set options.
So this is where he pulls out that sheet, right? So does everybody have that sheet? If you don't have that sheet, then you're going to want to put that on your to-do list to get that sheet, the small, medium, large, that he gave that out at the division meeting. Not this second.
Love to cook, or people who have to cook because of the kids. But I'm going to start off with the set for people who don't cook at all that just has the bare necessities. Okay, and it's called our Homemaker Plus 8. Okay, we also call it our small. It has the minimum number of tools to do 100% of jobs in your kitchen as efficiently as possible. It's the best value for your average family. It starts with your parent knife. It's also known as the air knife. Let me grab that.
Cool. Any questions on that? On how to set it up? That's on the names and uses. Okay, and then we have the actual close itself.
Mrs. Jones, twice the quality and twice the value you'd expect to be. Twice the price, and twice the price, you're talking over $4,000 for your basic set of Cutco. And so let me show you what you get with that, okay? So, Mrs. Jones, like I said before, some people will stock their entire kitchen with Cutco or get all their holiday gifts for the year. That would be a Cutco kitchen. Cutco kitchen has a choice of one of the three sets, small, medium, large. They would get their version of flatware, which is the forks and spoons, and then they would get a version of the pots and pans. But some people like to just get a starter set to get started. We have our small, our medium, and our large, okay? Our small set is for people who absolutely don't cook at all. And this one comes with, okay, just our bare necessity knives that I showed you to get you in and out of the kitchen. It's got 8 table knives to wood block. It also comes with the super shears and the kitchen tool set and the sharpener for the straight edge knives. Okay. And we also have our medium. This is for people who have to cook. It includes the bare necessity knives, but it also has 3 of the customer favorite knives between the meat and veggie package. It's got the 3 favorite ones that they picked. This is the Hardy Slicer for really aggressive cutting. This is the Petite Sentoku. It's a Japanese style 3-in-1 knife for mincing and dicing. It's almost like a second veggie chopper as well. And then we have the cheese knife for compressed foods, like potatoes and apples that will stick. And then also holes for cheese. Obviously, it's a cheese knife. Okay. This one has 10 table knives instead of 8 and already has the scissors. And then we have our large set. This is for people who love to cook. And this has the bare necessities, but it has the meat and the veggie package as well. And this one has 12 table knives, right? Or you can upgrade to the steak knives as well. And it comes with the scissors. Okay. And just remind me, Mrs. Jones, you said between the 3, don't have to cook, and love to cook. You said you have to cook, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The beautiful thing about the set for people who have to cook is that it's not over $4,000. Although it would be if you sold these in stores. As a matter of fact, it's not even as much as Woolstock, which goes for $3,000. Miss Mila, signature medium set for people who have to cook is only $19.14, and that's with shipping and tax all included. And what's great is we have a 5-month interest-free payment plan. Instead of $19.14, it's only $408 on a 5-month interest-free payment plan. And we even have our buy now bonus, where if you go ahead and get that set today, I can let you pick $200 worth of free accessories from our accessory options over here. So, Miss Miller, I wouldn't be doing my job today if I didn't ask you, did you want to go ahead, get the medium set, and pick your free stuff?
Cool. Is that helpful, right? Give you a rundown. So what we're going to do is we're going to partner up. All right, we're going to role play this. Cool. So I know where each of you are at. Who says, Mike, after watching that, I feel like I'd like to be quizzed on that? Raise your hand up high so we know. Raise your hand up high, 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 high. So high, keep them up because I got to count. We got to figure out who's going in which room. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with Clay. Okay. So that's
like, is that with that or the goal sharing?
just the close. Just the close. Okay. So what we're going to do then is, Mason, why don't you stay in here with those 10 people? We'll partner them up. Okay. And then I'll take the others and I'll review the basic stuff with the others.
Okay.
Just kitchen system. I'll do kitchen system with everybody else. Cool. We'll take 25 minutes.
Do you want me to do Rex or just kitchen?
Just this. Tomorrow, let me think here. Shit. Where's Wednesday? I'll probably put Friday morning 10K coaching. Will just be only recommendations that morning.
Like the same Zoom, just like
Yeah, the Zoom only recs for those that want to that feel like they need to go over the recommendation approach. Cool. All right. So let's go ahead and do this thing. So 25 minutes. You're going to role play, and this is how we're going to do our quiz. So while you're going, Mason's going to be walking around. If you're like all flustered, like, wait, what the hell? What is this supposed to look like? That's okay. That's okay. But if after 25 minutes of review and everything, and you're still like a little like, I'm not sure, then we're going to have you just stick to just your basic close on the Homemaker Set kitchen system close. Okay. And forget about the small, medium, large. Cool. So what we'll do is the 10 of you that are staying in here, stay in here. The rest of you come with me down the hallway to the interview room, and I'll go over the kitchen system, basic kitchen system close with everybody. Deal? You feel good with that? All right. So what we'll do is, Lindsay, I'll have you stay with Clay. Is that cool? All right. And then everybody else come with me down the hallway. Here you go. So you know what you're doing.
Yeah, going in.
Okay, everyone's in role play. You're gonna do exactly what Jeff did. Mason's just gonna walk around.
What's up, guys?
You're
Can't hear you right now. Hang
completely
on.
lost. Be honest with yourself and just come with me down the hallway, right? If you have some level of understanding here, then you're good. But go down the hallway if you're with me. We're gonna go into the interview room, into the boardroom, and just make sure you have your blue book. I'm gonna review kitchen system closing with you. And we're going to go over that, the kitchen system Homemaker close. Cool? Questions?
You're sitting here.
You might just do it.
Okay. 11. Now there's 11.
Yeah, we'll just handle that at the end.
Huh? Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and partner up. So I guess there's 5, and then there's 5. Oh, and 6. So she's 6-1. So I guess there's 1 group of 3. That's right. Just for repetition.
Yeah.
Let's do. Brendan, can you be a listener? I don't want you to practice, just a listener. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you take Sierra? Cool. Jackson, why don't you grab John? Cool. And then Raph, Nairobi. Is that cool? Cool. And then I guess.
We still have.
Oh, wait, is there? How do we still have an action?
No, that's not it.
2, 11, 8. Oh, so then I don't need you, Brendan. So they're good. Oh, because of Clay, I forgot.
Yeah.
So then we'll do. You guys want to partner up? But you guys are like buddies.
He forgot you.
Why don't you partner up with Sierra then? Cool. And then Lindsay Jackson or Lindsay Clay, Jackson John. Cool. And then Raph Nairobi. Deal. And if you wanted to like move around,
Yeah,
other people, separate, do what you got to do. We'll reconvene in about 25 minutes. Okay. Just the close. Just the close.
All right, you could go first.
Okay. Hang on. I'm just gonna plug this in. Maybe.
It's called a cupcake kitchen. So you can add
Did you like put it all
Okay, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Or some people
Okay.
start off with
So,
we don't have the same orders.
You want me to go first?
So Mrs. Jones, this is the homemaker, or this is our small set with the 10 basic tools, all of the basic necessities. So this is actually our small set, Mrs. Jones. No. So we actually have a small, medium, and large set for people who hate to cook, have to cook, and love to cook. So I'm going to just show you the sets. This is what I have with me, but I'll show you everything we have. So of course, when it comes to high quality cutlery, it's like anything else, there's a wide variety of quality and prices to choose from. So of course, you expect when something offers twice the value and the quality and it lasts forever, you'd expect your set of Cutco to be $4,000, right, Mrs. Jones? Yeah. So, and just so you know, God, this is so bad. Okay. So a lot of our customers end up stocking their whole Cutco kitchen, Mrs. Jones. So they end up getting either the small, medium, or large set with the flatware and their version of the cookware. And they usually go along and get the holiday gifts with this as well. However, some of our customers also start out with just one of our small starter sets. So remind me again, Mrs. Jones, you said that you have to cook or you love to cook. Which one was it again?
I absolutely love to cook and everything.
Okay, awesome, Mrs. Jones. So, like we said, we went over the small set. However, this is our set for people who have to cook. So it comes with the 10 basic necessities plus the 3 most popular tool options. So it comes with a hardy slicer for all your really heavy duty slicing. It comes with our 15-cent Toku knife. This kind of can be used as like a vegetable chopper and it's great for all your slicing. And it comes with our cheese knife. Our cheese knife is great because it's 2 times sharper than any knife you have. And it's meant for all that compressed and sticky food, so cheese, apples, potatoes, tofu, anything like that. And the best part about this set, Mrs. Jones, you can even upgrade to the 10 steak knives rather than the table knives, and of course the super shears come with it. But since you said you really love to cook, Mrs. Jones, let me show you the set for people who love to cook. So this is our large set, and it comes again with the 10 basic tools, plus your meat and veggie package. So it comes with these tools, yada, 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 plus the steak knives and shears. So Mrs. Jones, since you love to cook, let me show you what that looks like on paper. So, you know, since Cutco isn't sold in stores, you know, it definitely doesn't cost $4,000. And this set doesn't even cost as much as the blue stuff at $3,400. So this set costs $29.29 in full or something with the steak knives. Break it down. Is that something you'd like to get today, Mrs. Jones?
Yep, here's my credit card.
Aw, that was so great, Mrs. Jones. Okay, your turn.
All right. So I'll just start at the price comparison.
Okay.
Or do I?
Do you have this sheet with you?
Yes.
Okay. Start on the first homemaker page.
Okay.
And just say like introduce the homemaker a little bit, call it the small set, and then just pull this out real quick to show her the small, medium, and large, but don't really talk about them.
Oh, okay.
Then put it down, then go to the price comparison, then go to the sets, and do your triple quotes.
All right. Oh, I'll be right back though. It's in my folder.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
Okay, I'm back.
I see that.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, impress me.
Okay. All right, Miss Jones. So this is our homemaker. It's our most basic set. Here's a little sheet that shows all of our sets that we offer. All of our like most basic sets. This is a small set, so it's for people who don't really like to cook that very much. And what comes with your set is the paring knife, your trimmer, and I'll explain them all. You know, yada yada yada. All right. So just for me, Mr. Jones, do you cook? You have to cook? Do you love to cook, or do you not really like to cook?
I have to cook.
You have to cook?
Yeah.
So should I do this first, or should I just go straight into the?
So yeah, say like when something offers twice the quality and the value lasts forever, you expect to be $4,000. But let me show you what you get, and then again you ask, you go through, you say like the Cutco Kitchen, holiday gifts, say, or you start with one of our starter sets. Then you ask, remind me again, Mrs. Jones, you hate to cook, have to cook, love to cook, then do it.
Okay. So, when it comes to high quality cutlery, there's like anything else. We have a wide variety of prices that Cutco offers. But there's two specific companies called Wusthof and Strength. Have you ever heard of them before? Oh, no, you haven't? Okay, well, Wusthof is the most popular. It's the most popular brand sold in the store. And you can maybe get you can get the set for about $3,400, or maybe once or twice a year if you're lucky for Tuesday. So, let me show you what you're really going to get with Cutco. So, and again, you said you have to cook, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, again, this is our homemaker. This is our basic set. This is for people who like to cook out. So this is people who want the bare necessities to get you clean out of the kitchen. So since you have to cook, this is our signature set, which comes with the 10 basic tools, as I said earlier, plus the 3 most requested knives that everyone loves, right? The most popular knives. And it all starts with the Hardy Slicer, which is for your big chopping, like your big food. You have your Petite Santoku, which is kind of like your sidekick veggie chopper. You know? And we also have our cheese knife. And the cool thing about our cheese knife is that it's the sharpest knife that we own. It cuts through anything, I'm telling you. Not only cheese, it also cuts through. It's also fantastic at cutting through apples and potatoes. There's a whole blade. And also, Miss Jones, you can also get the steak knives in this set. So I'm telling you, if you like table knives and like you're gonna absolutely love these. They're bigger than and also we have our large set. I'm just gonna show you, which comes with our veggie collection and meat carving collection, plus all the other knives in the signature. So, Ms. Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you. Would you like to purchase our signature set today?
Yes.
Was that good? Oh, yeah? All right, can I have a credit card, please?
Absolutely. The number is
Okay. So do I have this on?
All right, so you go again.
So Mrs. Jones, this is actually our small set option. It comes with the 10 basic tools to get 100% of the jobs in your kitchen done. It's really the bare necessities for people who hate to cook or don't cook at all. Just what you need to get around in your kitchen. So we actually have 3 set options. We have a small, which is what you see here, plus the kitchen tools and the super shears. We have our medium size set and our large set. But this is what I bring with me, so we're just going to talk about this now. Talk about it, cut up spoon, yada yada yada. And of course, when it comes to high quality cutlery, like anything else, there's a wide variety of quality and prices to choose from. And of course, when something offers twice the quality and the value, and it lasts forever, you'd expect it to be at least twice the price. And at twice the price, you're talking over $4,000 for a set of Cutco, right, Mrs. Jones? Right. So, of course, I write that down. And a lot of our customers actually end up just stocking their whole Cutco kitchen. So this is either the small, medium, and large knife set. They get their set of flatware, and they get one of our versions of our cookware. Usually when they do this, they also purchase their holiday gift sets. But of course you don't have to do that, and our other customers just start out with one of our starter sets. So Mrs. Jones, can you remind me real quick, do you hate to cook, have to cook, or love to cook?
You know, I really actually don't like cooking.
You hate to cook?
I hate the kitchen, yeah.
Okay. So in that case, we're going to start with our smaller set, so you know. So again, it has the 10 basic tools, and it also comes with the 8 table knives. Now, just so you know, just in case, let me just show you our medium-sized set, Mrs. Jones. So our medium-sized set is our 10 basic tools we saw in the small set, plus the 3 most popular tool options. So it comes with the Hardy slicer for like pepperoni or like watermelons, really heavy-duty knife. It's called the Man Knife, Mrs. Jones. Then we have our Patisia Toku knife, and this one's called the Wife Knife. So this one's for all the slicing you do with the bell peppers, your onions, even cucumbers. It also serves as like your second veggie chopper in case your other one is dirty. That way you can cook multiple things at once. And then of course it comes with our traditional cheese knife. So this knife is obviously great for cheese, but it's also really great for those compressed and sticky foods with starch in them. So apples, cheese obviously, what else do I say? Oh, it's a great potato knife. Best potato knife you'll ever use, Mrs. Jones. And the best part about the set is that you can upgrade from those 10 table knives to steak knives. Now, Mrs. Jones, did you see the steak knives cut through leather?
Well, I saw the table knives, not the steak knives.
Okay. Well, the best thing about the steak knives is you cut through twice the amount of leather. It fits really well in your hand. Yeah, it's great. And then, of course, the set comes with super shears. So, Mrs. Jones, let me just show you what this looks like on paper to start with our medium set, because it does come with some really awesome tools I know you could use in your kitchen. So also today, if you go ahead and get this set, I can also give you $200 worth of free Cutco. You can choose any of these packages, and this is what it looks like on paper. Not 4,000, it's not 3,400. Our signature set costs 19 something, and it's like $400 over 5 months. Write it out.
All right, yeah, sounds good. All right, I guess I go again then?
Yeah.
All right. So, how's it going, Miss Jones? This is our. So, I have a question for you. Do you not cook at all? Do you have to cook, or do you absolutely love to cook?
I love to cook. I cook
You love to cook?
I love it.
Really? You like to host a lot of family outings and stuff like that?
Absolutely, yeah. I have a really large family. I have 6 kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. That's cool. So I'm gonna go over our basic necessities, so our basic tools, paring knife, yada 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 yada. Right to the outstanding table knives.
Show this.
All right, so here's a little sheet that we offer, our small, medium, and large sets. So in our small set, that like the people who cook, like, never like spending time in the kitchen, right? And okay, is the homemaker. I already explained the homemaker. I'm stupid. Again, it comes with our basic tools. Also comes with a kitchen tool set and our super shears. So when it comes to high quality cutlery, just like anything else, there's a wide variety of prices that people offer. And I have a price comparison right here for our top competitors called Wusthof and Schunz. Have you heard of them before?
Yes.
Have you heard of Wusthof?
Yes.
Okay. Well, as you know, Wusthof is the best-selling brand. And for price of this set comes out to be about $3,400, right? And you can maybe get it on sale like once or twice a year at $2,000. So let me show you what you're gonna get with the cook. So Ms. Jones, since you love to cook, I'm gonna start with our signature set. I'm gonna start with our. I should start with my large. I should start with my large. So I'm gonna start with our large set, which comes with the 10 basic tools that I explained earlier. And it comes with your full veggie and meat package, which will take care of all your meat and veggie needs, and also the steak knives, as I showed you earlier, and they're insane. So yeah, and also with these, you can get 12 of the steak knives and the steak. So, Mr. Jones, I wouldn't do my job if I didn't ask you, would you like to purchase the ultimate set today?
No, I don't know. I love to cook, but I don't think I'd use all those tools.
Oh, so you think it's like too many options?
Yeah.
All right, well, Miss Jones, you're in luck because we have a medium option, which is great. Which is great for people who have to cook, right? And again, comes with your 10 basic tools and plus the 3 most requested knives that our customers like, which is the Hardy Slicer, which is like the big, all for your heavy duty kind of cuts. It's kind of like a right knife. It's for it's basically like your backup to your petite chef. Like French chef. If it's dirty or something, it's great for chopping lettuce. Finally, we have our cheese knife, which is actually the sharpest knife we own, and it's great for cheese, potatoes, and apples. So the food can fit up weight. So, Ms. Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you. Would you like to purchase the medium set today?
Yes, definitely.
All right, sounds good. You up then? All right.
Okay, so Mrs. Jones, this is our small set. So it has the 10 basic necessities to get around in the kitchen. It has 100% of the tools to do all the jobs in your kitchen. And I'm just going to take you through each knife, show you what it does, what makes it special. But just so you know, so like I said, this is our small set, and it comes with our kitchen tools and our super shears. We also have a medium-sized set and a large set as well. So the small set's for people who don't cook at all or really need to cook. Go over that. So of course, when it comes to high quality cutlery, just like anything else, there's a wide variety of quality and prices to choose from. And when something offers twice the value and the quality and lasts forever, you expect it to be at least twice the price. And at twice the price, you're talking over $4,000 for a set of Cutco. But let me just show you what you get. And of course, Mrs. Jones, a lot of our customers end up stocking their whole kitchen with Cutco. It's called the Cutco kitchen. So they end up getting either the small, medium, and large knife set with their version of flatware and their cookware set. Of course, you can choose and mix and match. When they do this, they usually go along and get the holiday gifts as well. However, some of our customers also just start out with one of our small starter sets. So, Mrs. Jones, can you remind me again? Did you say you really hate to cook, have to cook, or love to cook?
I have to cook.
You have to cook? Okay. So we went over our small set just recently. But let me show you the set for people who have to cook. So it comes with, again, the 10 basic necessities that you need for cooking in your kitchen. And then it comes with our 3 most popular tool options. So it comes with our Hardy Slicer. This is the man knife. So this is for like tough pepperoni. It's for just like some really aggressive chopping and slicing. Then we have our Petit Santoku, and this is called the wife knife. So this is kind of a backup to your Petit Chef knife if you're cooking with multiple different things. This is really great for the slicing, the delicate slicing. So if you're slicing bell peppers or onion rings, really great for that. And then we also have our cheese knife in the set. Now the cheese knife has a double D edge, but it's micro, so it's 2 times sharper. And of course it has Mrs. Jones. Do you know why we bring our cheese knives to church? Because they're holy. I know, I had to, Mrs. Jones. I just had to. So this is great for the condensed foods that you have. So cheese, potatoes, apples, tofu, anything that's sticky or starchy. And then, of course, the best part about this set, Mrs. Jones, is you can actually upgrade from the table knives to the steak knives and get 10 of those. And of course, those are just great for guests when they come over because, of course, you have your flatware as well.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it comes with our super shears. So, Mrs. Jones, let me also, if you go ahead and get this today, what I can do is give you $200 worth of free Cutco. So you can go ahead and pick out any of these sets and get them for free. So let me show you what this looks like on paper. So our medium set with steak knives is $19.14, and if you split that up over 5-month payments, interest-free, it's $408 a month, so about $100 a week, Mrs. Jones, way less than a grocery bill. So, of course, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask. Is this something you would like to get today?
Yeah, I would love to get it.
High five, Mrs. Jones. I know you're going to love it.
All right.
Go again.
Go again. All right. So, Miss Jones, this is our small set that we offer, which is our most basic set. It comes with all the basic tools to do 100% of your jobs in the kitchen. It all starts off with your paring knife, yada, 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 to your table knives. I know. Can't you believe the table knife can cut through leather, Miss Jones? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Well, here's a little sheet for our 3 basic sets that we have.
You should explain them a little bit. So, small sets for people who hate to cook, Mrs. Jones.
Okay. The small set is for people who do not like to cook at all. The medium set is for people that have to cook. And the large set is for people who absolutely love to cook and love to cook. So, again, this is our homemaker, which is our small set, which comes with. I'm sorry?
Nothing. Keep going.
Okay, which comes with our kitchen tools and our super shears. And yeah, and just so I know, well, actually, when it comes to high quality cutlery, it's like anything else. There's a wide variety of prices that like make up knives. And I have a price comparison here for you, which is our Wusthof, which is our competitors, Wusthof and Shun. Have you ever heard of them before?
No.
No? Well, Wusthof is a brand in stores. And then for this set, $2,400 for this whole set. And you can maybe get it once or twice a year for $2,000 on a special offer. So, Ms. Jones, do you cook because you have to, love to, or you hate to?
I cook because I have to.
Because you have to? All right. So, Ms. Jones, again, as I said earlier, this is our basic set. But for people who have to cook, we have the signature set, right? Which comes with the 3 most requested items that do not come in our small set, which is the hearty slicer, the petite santoku, and the cheese. The hearty slicer is like, man, it's used for cutting pepperonis or any of the tough foods. We also have the petite santoku, which is kind of like the backup for the French knife. They're kind of like Batman and Robin, yeah. And the traditional cheese knife is the sharpest knife we own because it uses micro double D edge rather than regular double D edge. And it is fantastic at cheese, apples, or potatoes too. Because of the holes within the knife, the food won't get stuck to the blade. So, Miss Jones, I want to be doing my job. If I didn't ask, would you like to purchase this set today?
Added the $200 worth of free cacao.
Yeah. And also, if you choose to get this today, you can actually choose up to $200 worth of free cacao. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's great. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get this today.
Sounds good.
Hang on, I have a question for Mason. Hey Mason, I have a question. Okay, I'm sure you don't have this problem, but if you like ask me for the signature and they're like, no, how do you sell them off the signature and back onto the food paper?
Me and Mike were just talking about that. We're going to talk about that in a second. Okay. Selling them all. All right,
Yeah.
you got it. It's like Miss Jones. You say you use like customer favorites every single day. Sell them all. Miss Jones, you carve a turkey every day? Why would you say Miss Jones? Do you like? But I would say from Sydney. Miss Jones, do you like cut through like really tough meats on a regular basis? Miss Jones, do you think you get by with like one chef knife? Miss Jones, do you like cut like denser starchy foods like on a regular basis? Oh no, okay, cool. That's why we have our like, it sounded kind of like that. It's kind of awkward at first, but like you just gotta be super confident.
No, yeah. No. I figured it was the same concept. I just didn't know it. So
Yeah.
sure. Clay, did you hear any of that?
Roughly.
Okay.
No, the audio is really messed up.
Yeah.
Now, like I said,
Okay. Do you have any criticism for me?
For you, maybe I don't know. Do you go over what each individual knife in the basic set does?
I mean, when I'm on my demo, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Then no, I don't really have any critiques. I think everything.
Okay.
What about me? What do you think I should work on?
Obviously, you need to be like more smooth about it. You're like really choppy right now. I think you just need to like slow down a little bit. Like take a breath. Like, okay, Mrs. Jones. So we have like the small, the medium, and the large. People who like hate to cook, have to cook, or love to cook. You know, like I think just slowing it down a little bit, not rushing.
I know I want to stay in Florida.
And then, I think you keep. Do you talk about the Cocoa Kitchen each time? I feel like you don't.
So I do in the beginning.
Do you do it after you compare the comparison? Do it after the comparison.
Do it after the comparison. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So like your blue book should have like your comparison and then the Costco Kitchen right after it.
Yeah. Yep.
so,
Right. The great thing about our small site is $100,000.
Ow.
You just touch yourself.
No, I hit my knee on
Okay, I'll go again one more time.
Okay.
Okay.
That was
So, Mrs. Jones, this is our smaller set. So, this is our set for people who really hate to cook or don't cook at all. It just comes with the 10 basic necessities, 10 bare necessities you need to get around in your kitchen when you cook once in a while. So, like I said, this is our small set option. So, this comes with our kitchen tool set and our super shears. However, we also have our medium and large options for people who have to cook and people who really love to cook. So talk about the homemaker, yada yada yada. Great. Okay. So Mrs. Jones, when it comes to high quality cutlery, it's like anything else. Wide variety of quality to prices to choose from. And of course, when something offers twice the value and the quality and it lasts forever, Mrs. Jones, you'd expect it to be at least twice the price. And at twice the price, you're talking over $4,000 for a set of Cutco. But just let me show you what you get. So, of course, Mr. Jones, some of our customers like to stock up their whole kitchen with Cutco. So they end up getting either a small, medium, and large set. They get their flatware, and they end up choosing a cookware option, a cookware set option. And a lot of times when they do this, they go ahead and get holiday gifts as well. And then for the people who just want to start out with the knives, we have our small starter sets. So, Mrs. Jones, can you remind me real quick? Did you say you don't cook, have to cook, or love to cook?
I kind of, I gotta cook. Like, I
Yeah,
don't really like doing it.
you have a few kids, right? You have
Yeah.
two sons? Two sons?
No, actually.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, so this is our small set that we just went over. But let me show you the set for people who have to cook, Mrs. Jones. So someone just like you. So
Yeah, because it seems like I don't really I need more than just a bare necessity.
okay. So it comes with the 10 basic bare necessities of our small set, plus the 3 most popular customer tools. And Mrs. Jones, the reason why this set exists is because the people who started with their small sets ended up upgrading to this anyway. So it comes with a Hardy slicer. So this is what you use for like all your aggressive slicing and dicing, I guess. It's called the man knife. It's great for pepperoni, tough pieces of meat, big watermelons, anything like that. Then we have our petite santoku. So this is the wife knife, Mrs. Jones. So this is great for all the slicing and delicate slicing you do, and it also works as a double petite chef in case you're cooking multiple things or one's just dirty. So slicing bell peppers, onions, cucumbers, anything like that. And then it comes with a cheese knife. Now, Mrs. Jones, do you know why all Cutco kids take their cheese knives to church?
Why?
Because they're holy, Mrs. Jones.
Oh my god.
I know, it's so funny. I'm sorry, I just had to. So, what's cool about our cheese knife is the micro double C blade. So it's 2 times sharper than any of the knives we have. And it has the holes in it so the thing you're cutting doesn't get stuck to the blade. So cheese likes to stick to the blade. This knife is also great for the condensed starchy food. So potatoes, apples, anything like that. The best part about this set, Mrs. Jones, is you can upgrade from the 10 table knives to the 10 steak knives. So these are really awesome. They just feel really great in your hands, or they're great for entertaining when you have guests over. And they're just 2 times sharper. And of course, that comes with our super series as well. So, and if you go ahead and get this today, Mrs. Jones, what I can do is I can throw in $200 worth of free Cutco. And you're welcome to look at anything over here or in our accessories book, our accessory page later in the presentation. So Mrs. Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job if I, let me show you this on paper. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask. Is this something you'd like to get today?
Yeah.
Awesome,
Sounds
Mrs.
good.
Jones. High five. You're gonna love your Cutco.
All right.
Your turn.
Go again.
Yes. You have a lot of work to do.
I know. All right. So, Mrs. Jones, this is our small set that we offer. Comes with our comes with our 10 basic tool set, and also comes with 8 table knives, which are amazing, as you know, because I showed you with the letter. And also the kitchen tools as well, and the super shears, as you can see on the sheet here. And also we have a medium and large set for people who have to cook.
Oh, you're done. Good job.
Yeah. Cool.
Energy.
All right.
Energy.
All right, all. So here's where we're at. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap up, but I'm not gonna kick you all out. Meaning, if you still want repetition, if you still want to practice, if you still want to go through this, by all means, stay. Jeff is running a sales leadership development meeting that starts at 12:30. So I'm going to keep the office open. This room is practice for repetition. Please do so. I want to wrap up with just a few real quick what's important now for each of you. Okay, so real quick, to-do list. So everyone have your to-do list. What are some of those items on your to-do list? I'm going to mention that. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. So on that to-do list, what are some of the items that you have on your to-do list?
To make my goal sheet.
Make your goal sheets. Send your calendar to Mike. Sponsor sheet. You get a sponsor sheet. Push thermometer. President's Club letter. Get a planner. By the way, I got you. I have one extra for $20.
It's worth it, dude.
Yeah.
$28 planners like now make thousands of dollars.
Cool. So I have grad planners for $20, and it comes with an app and all that stuff. But it's up to you. So I used to use that at glance all the time. All right, ready? So here's one last thing that I need from everyone before you leave. I need to know your exact total of names and phone numbers that you have right now, and I want to know how many you'll have before 12 noon on Sunday. Cool. I need that number before everyone leaves. So what's important now is giving you that total names and total numbers number. I'm going to write it next to your name. I'm going to take a picture of this and send it to Jeff because Jeff wants to know where everyone's at. That's what's important now. The next thing that's what's important now is Wednesday night, tomorrow night's team meeting. So tomorrow night's team meeting, I know for our office, we're definitely going to be doing some more role play. Okay. I'm also thinking for team night, we're going to do fireworks. So if you want to bring some fireworks, just we'll blow some shit up. So bring some fireworks in. It'll be fun for 4th of July. That would be a good idea if you guys want there. Tonight is parent night. So I think most of your parents, if not all of them, are confirmed. If they're not, make sure they're here because I'm about to, Mason and I and Sean Powell and everyone else that's sending people, their parents, we're going to go get some food catered and have some food here for them. We'll have some drinks and beverages, give them an opportunity to get some food, but also hear from Mason, hear from myself. Jackson and Deja's dad, Mike Vega, sold Cutco 1997 and advanced as an assistant manager. He's going to offer some thoughts tonight too from a parent's perspective, and we'll do some Q&A. I'm giving away $300 in Cutco plus some food. And by the way, there's a secret surprise that none of you need to tell your parents about, but if you're here with them, I will get them to do phone time for you tonight. Bet your ass. I looked at my notes from last year. We booked up 18 demos. 18 demos. The parents booked up 18 demos for their kids last year from the office. And ready? In 10 minutes. We booked up 18 demos in 10 minutes.
Is it don't we do how we do advanced training?
It's alley. Yeah, they literally. But you cannot tell your parents. Like you gotta. Don't take it away from me because I'm gonna get it all hyped up. I'm gonna bring out a barbecue tool set, and I'm gonna put it on the desk, and I'm gonna be like, listen, this is how I bribe your kids to do work, and then I'm gonna get them to get on the phone and alley-oop someone to you. And that's why I'm telling you to bring a loved one with you and make sure you're here, because if you're not here, they're not going to do it. But if you're here, then it's an idea. And then afterwards, Mason, myself, the other districts, we're going to treat you guys out for an Alliance Fun Night. We right now we have the ideas on the table. I don't know if we finalized something. We said sushi. We said go-karts. We said bowling. We said billiards. We said wings. Top golf was on the table, but it's kind of a hike to the opposite direction from where everyone lives. So I'm okay with either. It doesn't matter to me. But I just understand as far as it'll be around 8 o'clock, 8:30, somewhere in that range. And ideally it's somewhere, vicinity of where we'll already be right around here. So I'm cool. There's laser tag up the road. There's go-karts up the road. There's bowling up the road. There's wings up the road. There's a lot of places right around here, since we'll already be here. And, so it'd be fun. And we'd like to get some downtime outside of the office for everyone today. I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot of info. I know it's a lot of content. But at the same time, we're about to embark on a really exciting journey together, and I'm super pumped to Sherpa you up your mountain. If you don't know what a Sherpa is, you can Google it. So let me get your totals, and then as soon as I get your number, you are either good to go or you're good to roll by. So
Are you talking?
I need 2 numbers. So I need 2 numbers. I need how many you have now, and then by Sunday. How many you have now, and how many you'll have by Sunday. So those are the 2 numbers that I need from everyone.
They don't have it again.
Huh? If whoever
They don't have the right binder with their, if it's out in the car, we don't get it.
Yeah, go get it. I just need your total.
Yeah, I counted mine last night. 187.
187, and how many will you have by Sunday?
Probably still 187.
Really?
Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna get some on the drive to Fort Lauderdale. I'm gonna have 200.
Yeah, you will.
Only
Cool.
200? Yes.
Cool. Who else?
I've got mine. I
Where are
have
we?
80 right now. I'm gonna have 150.
Cool. Next.
It's a workhorse. 200.
2 what?
Yeah.
Oh, just 200. Cool.
Well, let's do 62. Let's do regular. And direct. Let's say 100. So I just
Cool. It's got to be 150. If you want to be on my alliance, I'm telling you right now, if you show up on Sunday without 150, you're not going to be you're not going to like me. Now, Mason, if he's a nice guy, that's cool. I'm telling you right now, if you show up with less than 150, you're going to make 200 phone calls on Sunday. I just want to let you guys have a framework. Ready? 6 hours, 6.5 hours of calling with 20 to 30 calls an hour, 8 hours of calling, somewhere in that range, right? You're going to call, if you only have 100 numbers or less, you're going to be miserable. You're going to call literally the same people like 5, 6, 7 times. You're going to hate us, and we're going to make you do it. But bottom line is, if you don't work hard between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and to Sunday, the next 5 days in building that list, then you're not going to like us because you're still going to do the work. I promise you, you're about to make a lot of freaking calls on Sunday. But the more work you do now in getting those resources organized, the more enjoyable your Sunday experience will be, I promise you. But either way, you're going to make 200 calls on Sunday. Don't forget, you can call through Facebook Messenger. I just want you to know that. So, so getting your mom's friends on, friends with them on Facebook, you could just call them through the Messenger app if you want to get your Facebook game up. So, let's keep going. Who's that?
John.
John. How many?
60.
60. Cool. Next.
I'm at 70 and 150.
Next.
Lindsay, I'm at 200, going for 237.
Cool.
super exact.
Next.
30 and 150.
I'm the same.
Next.
30 and 150.
Next.
Me too.
I need exact numbers. There's no way 3 of you ladies in a row are at 30 even. I'll take
Change
it.
the number again.
I'll take it, but I'd rather have exact numbers. Next.
I don't know the exact number, but it's like 85, I think, somewhere around there.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going for 1.
Cool.
I have 112. I'm going for 200.
Cool. Clay?
I got 50 right now, and I plan on having 150.
Cool. Raph?
Right now, I'd probably say.
Uh-huh. Cool, and then Preston is get it or
I have 100 plus.
and you'll have how many by Sunday?
150.
Okay. So I'll wind up with this. Get your hands on a directory, sports roster, Facebook. You have more resources than you ever knew imaginable to known to man. I just went through this with Raphael yesterday. I said, what's your mom's name? I looked her up on Facebook. His mom has at least 200 friends. What's your grandma's name? Looked her up on Facebook. She has at least 200 friends. I said, who's this lady? I don't know. Apparently his mom's really close friend. She had at least 1,000 people. That's 1,400 people that he has access to click, add friend, add friend, add friend, add friend, add friend, add friend, copy, paste, send message, copy, paste, send message, copy, save, paste, send message. You can send 50 messages a day between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. In 5 days, you can send 250 messages, and you could add more numbers. There is never a limited number of resources. It's all about resourcefulness. I'm telling you right now, every one of you should have no less than $3,000 cash by the time this push is done. Every one of you should have $3,000 cash in your bank account when this thing is done. If you want to have $3,000 cash, you've got to be willing to do what it takes to make $3,000 cash. You understand? This is your money. You just got to go out there and take it. It's not what happens, right? It's not what happens when the lights come on. It's what you do before the lights come on. You follow? Right? So if you're not where you want to be, order some Uber Eats, stay here, and get more for your work done. If you're where you want to be, perfect. I'll see most of you tonight at 6 o'clock. The rest of you I'll see you at 8 tonight for some fun. And then everyone else, enjoy your push. I'll see you guys on Wednesday night team meeting. And then, we'll stay on Zoom calls, 8 a.m. So have fun. Enjoy.
Drop down.
Oh, fuck. I didn't do that. Shit. Drop down.
There you go. I feel like. I don't know.
All right. So here's the deal. How you drop down, it's the exact same way. I'll do it live just so you have it. It's very, very simple. It's very important just so you know how to do this. Say ultimate set. So which one did you like best? The small, medium, or large set? The large set? Great. So Ms. Jones, the beautiful thing about the large set, it's not $4,000. Matter of fact, it's not even as much as Wusthof 3400. You get the entire complete set of Cutco. It's $29.29, and you'll have it for the rest of your life. So I wouldn't do my job if I didn't ask you. You get the ultimate set, the complete set, the large set for $29.29. I'll give you $400 in free Cutco. Does that work for you? Say no. Hey, no problem. Did you like Cutco? Yeah? What did you like most about it? Cool. If you don't mind me, what are you unsure of? Okay, is it like a lot too much or just like a little too much? Oh, it's like a lot too much? Totally cool. No problem. Now, Ms. Jones, what a lot of people like to do is there's a few items in this ultimate set that some people feel like they can live without, and they add those on later. So what most people like to do is they start with one of our signature sets first, and then they can add on those extra items a little bit later on. Can I give you a price on this? Can I just show you what this looks like? Ready? The signature set is going to be, and then I drop down to a signature set. And then the same process. Ms. Jones, these extra add-ons are fantastic, but a lot of people add those on later. Let me show you our basic set, the small family set, and you could always build up over time. The small family set the small set comes with, boom, 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 this is the price, and I drop down to a homemaker. If that doesn't work, no problem. Then I drop down to a galley set. If you really want to get fancy, I'll teach you a homemaker builder during the Alliance, where it's a galley set and a homemaker block. And then around Christmas time, when you come back for winter break, you call back all those people and you upgrade them to their carving set and their butcher knife and the other 2 table knives, and you upgrade their galley and a homemaker block to the rest of their homemaker set during winter break, and you have easy scoop up sales. So that's something we'll teach you in the Alliance, but get the basic stuff down first. Cool? Simple? They're pretty.
Yeah, that question would have came up.
Cool. Awesome. Enjoy. Stay. I'm staying for a little while. Later, Clay.